The two teams playing tonight are members of the Arizona Interscholastic Association, and they abide by the rules and regulations set forth by the association to maintain and improve the high standards of sportsmanship. We ask that you consider the time and effort that these two teams have put into preparing for tonight's game. We ask that you cheer for your team in the spirit of good sportsmanship. Our officials for tonight's game are Randall Allen, Jonah Beach, and Gishi Arviso. As a reminder, tonight's game is being broadcast live to the Holbrook High School Facebook page. Now please stand and remove your hats for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the nation. And now for our starting lineups. For Ganado, number 3, Alvarosa Reed. Number 10, Kayla Watchman. Number 24, Ivana Bitsui. Number 30, Kadara Curtis. And number 34, Alana Reed. And now for overrulers, number 11, Sam Gilly. Number 12, Abigail Hill. Number 15, Jay Spencer. Number 40, Nicole Gumbo. And number 42, Noelle Hathaway. Okay, once again, now will you please stand one more time for the season?
Welcome tonight's broadcast. We're coming to you live tonight from Tony Munoz Gym right here on Mike Budenholzer. I guess not just Mike Budenholzer Court, but Budenholzer Court, right?
The entire Budenholzer family court.
We are going to pause for real quick. It looks like our national anthem just showed up, so we're going to pause for the singing of the national anthem. Great job on the national anthem there from a Holbrook High School student, Kyla Wall, as she opens up our home opener here for basketball.
Very good. You know, this is the first time I've gotten to see the Budenholzer court. You know, I wasn't here. I was ill while they did the dedication, and now I'm really looking at it. It really looks, the floor looks great. It looks like it's in great shape.
It is. They take pride in this Holbrook basketball court, and all the students know when they come in here, careful with what shoes you're wearing. Make sure you treat this court with respect. And I love that. That when the students respect your home playing court,
yes,
you play better on it because of that respect you give it.
It's all about respecting the house.
So here we go. We're getting ready for the opening tip-off. Holbrook High School versus Ganado High School. It's not quite a full house, but speaking of being back in the gymnasium for the first time, this is one of our first times we've been able to open it up to quite so many people here.
Well, I was surprised to see this many people. I didn't understand just how the ticket situation would go, but it's great to have a big crowd early in the season.
It makes such a big difference. Well, Holbrook steals the first steal of the game. They don't get the tip, but they get the steal with number 15, Taylin Spencer, taking over right where she left off last year, being that aggressive play. They drive it back down the court and try to go for an easy layup, but they're going to be fouled. No points, but they are fouled, and Abigail Nez will go to the line to shoot 2 for the first time here in Holbrook.
That foul was on number 34, Reed, for the Hornets.
Abigail can't get the first one to fall, but she'll go to the stripe for a second shot. The second one is up, and it bounces hard as well. Going to be rebounded there by Ganado. Ganado's going to try to push the pressure up early, but the overthrow on that pass up court, going to go out of bounds, going to be a turnover to Holbrook ball.
Kyle, that's a really hard pass to make, and that's a sideline pass. You kind of want to throw it more toward the middle of the floor and give the runner a natural break to the basket.
Yeah, we call that in football, right? A post route, right?
Yes, a post route.
And Holbrook kicks it out there. Number 11 for Holbrook tries to drive right into the lane. That's Samathe Billy, and she's going to get a foul called, not against her, but in her favor. So she'll take it out from the baseline as Holbrook gets set up.
She was fouled by number 10, Watchman, on that play.
Ooh, a little bit high on that inbounds pass. Number 42, Noea Aberly can't quite hang on to it, but great defense on the other end. A steal there. But I believe that was Samathe Billy going to turn it back the other. Oh, no, excuse me. That was Nicole Gombos. They drive it back down the other way. Kick back to number 15, Taylin Spencer. She connects. First 2 points of the game for Holbrook.
Yeah, that was a pretty shot. She just took it right where she was. She didn't even worry about the line. She just wanted to get the bucket.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see them try to step back and just try to get that extra point. But way, way, way more wise to just take that open shot while you have it. Going to be, once again, Ganado having a little bit of ball control problems. They're going to turn it over, and Taylin's going to bring it up court. They're going to pass it around the perimeter, try to find an opening underneath. Going to be a Samathe Billy right out here on the three-point line.
It looks like Ganado is running some type of a matchup zone there. I thought that was just a straight zone, but then as the ball dribbled down to the wing, I saw a defender drop into the key and then go pick up on the other side.
Worked out for them that time as the ball did get away from Holbrook, and it looks like they got the ball into play a little too soon. There's going to be a change here. Samathe Billy's going to come out for Holbrook, and they're going to bring in number 3, Shondine Ben, so she'll get her first minutes of the night.
It seems like Ganado's having a little bit of trouble with this full court pressure. I was talking to Coach Perkins before the game, and I asked him what does this team like to do defensively? Because when I was coaching, I always wanted to see guys that wanted to play defense.
Yeah.
And he said we like to pressure full court, and there's evidence of that right there.
It's paying off early tonight. We're just about 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Ganado has struggled from the very beginning. I'm not sure they've got a shot off on the basket yet tonight due to that full court pressure. Number 12, Abigail Nez, going to keep it out here on the point. She passes it down to Shondine Ben. Once again, Holbrook trying to find somebody down in the middle, it looks like. They'll keep.
Well, yeah, they're trying to run a high post zone offense against the zone, but I don't believe that Aberley's coming up quite high enough to get that post. She's got to get it just about the free throw line to open up that defense.
A little bit of ball control troubles for both teams now as they go back and forth here. It's a fast-paced game here. Holbrook loves to play that fast-paced game. They will keep them running and keep you running all night long if you'll let them.
Yes.
Holbrook coming in tonight, 2-0 though, coming in on undefeated on the season, I believe. Number 30 for a 3, can't get it to fall, but it will be rebounded by Ganado. Almost loses it back across the backcourt line. She saves it. Number 24 there for the Ganado Hornets. I don't have her number listed. I grabbed the numbers, and they didn't have her listed there. So,
well, it looks like Holbrook is playing some type of just straight up man-to-man zone, you know, and Ganado is still, see, they're overplaying their man, so they're getting easy pickings here.
Shondine Ben gets the steal, gets the drive. She takes it all the way to the hoop. Just a little bit too much power off the glass.
Too wide open on that one,
It's too easy. She's expecting someone to come in there and give her some defense, huh? But it looks like Ganado can't hang on to it. Nope. Excuse me. We'll take that back as Ganado will get the ball here on the far baseline. Quick inbounds, and there's that full court pressure. You mentioned that Coach Perkins loves to give.
They're taking away their options with the ball.
And it looks like Samathe Billy gets her hand on it, but it's going to knock it out of bounds, so it will remain Ganado ball.
It's going to be a tough night for Ganado until they figure out this press, you know, or until they can find a girl that's strong enough to throw the ball cross court. This press is forcing them to make shorter throws, and the defense is eating it up.
Early on, they did get that one big, long throw, but those are hard throws to make. Those over the shoulder catches the receiver. You turn into a quarterback receiver situation when you're doing it that way. Samathe Billy will inbound it for the Roadrunners. And Taylin Spencer, the point guard, she'll bring it across midcourt. Once again, they'll spend some time passing around the perimeter. This time they do find number 12 inside, Abigail Nez. She turns and shoots and gets another two-point bucket inside.
Well, here, I believe she had an easy bucket on that. All she did was turn inside and just go straight up.
Noea Aberly, you probably hear us mention the name Aberly a lot tonight, and you might confuse it. She had her sister that played here.
Yes.
1,000-point scorer last year, or not just last year, but over her high school career. She graduated last year, and now her little sister, sophomore, Noea Aberly, taking over right where her sister left off. It looks
right where she left off, and she's playing, at the collegiate level now.
That is amazing. That's so cool. So a long three there for Samathe Billy. A little too much pressure or too much power. It's going to miss along on that one. It will be a turnover. Ganado ball. Holbrook leading 4-0 with 4:18 to go here in the first quarter.
And here they come with that zone again. Now it's a complete matchup zone, whereas before they were just playing a straight zone, and now it's a man zone. So they're just manning up on everybody and just telling them, you just got to beat us. And it's not working for them.
Looks like number 12 went up hard. Abigail Nez, she can't get it to fall, but right behind her was Taylin Spencer for the rebound. And so she goes up, and they're going to go ahead and get a foul called on was it a loose ball foul there called?
Well, that was a loose ball foul, underneath. I thought it was on Ganado, but obviously Ganado's going to inbound the ball on the baseline. So I was wrong on that.
Yeah, I was a little confused myself. But Holbrook's going to remain that full court pressure. They're not even going to let him inbound the ball without some
they've got
pressure.
somebody guarding the ball too, so they're making everything difficult.
And it works again because on the inbound pass, a little misread between her and her intended player, and it goes right out of bounds, and Holbrook will take over.
When you guard the ball like that, you're actually taking away every option. Now, if you'll notice it, in some of the older level games that you'll see, like college games, you'll see they don't guard the ball out of bounds. They'll try to double team a guy or a player or something. But, here, guarding the ball out of bounds, that's taking away every option now.
Yeah, it's an interesting move. You don't even see it a lot at the high school level.
No, you don't. You don't.
Great steal there by none other than Taylin Spencer. She gives a nice dish to number 12, Abigail Nez. So she gets another 2 points. I believe that's 4 points for her. And Abigail's going to come up with almost a steal. She knocks it loose. And then there's going to be a scrum on the ground as they dive for it. Jump ball. As that's number 3, Shondine Ben, showing some fight right there to go after that ball.
Yeah, Roadrunner defense it's something. And that wears players out because you actually once you start getting frustrated trying to bring the ball up the floor, and it seems like everything just amplifies on you.
Yeah, what else can I do, right?
Yes.
Looking for a long three right there. Number 12, Abigail Nez, looking for that three-pointer. And I remember Abigail Nez last year. Abigail's a senior this year.
Yes.
When she got hot from the three-point arch last year.
And she was dropping that
Yeah.
close, what I call parking lot shot. You know,
Yeah.
it was a little close to the Geo Go Roadrunners. You know?
Geo Go, I like it. We'll call that a Geo Go three-pointer.
Yeah, that's out there.
So Ganado will take over, though, as they can't quite come down with the rebound, gets knocked out of bounds. Quick in. They do get the inbound pass this time, trying to quickly bring it across. Nice spin move. She finally gets across the midway point, but they're going to call her for a double dribble.
Whoa, I was looking at that, and I thought that was pretty clean. I thought she was pretty clever to get out of that triple team.
Yeah, it was a pretty good move.
I thought that was
shot
pretty good.
right down the line right there, too. Oh, look at that. Shondine, excuse me, we have a new player in, Dea Aguero.
Dea Aguero.
She tries the three-pointer. She's going to try a second three-pointer. Goes off the rim, but she gets her own rebound. Still fighting hard underneath. And they're going to go ahead and call it, is that they call it jump ball?
Jump ball. Be possession of the Hornets.
So 2:54 to go here in the first quarter. Holbrook leading 6-0. Again, I think so far the story of the game has been this pressure that Holbrook's.
Look at this pressure defense. They're not letting them bring the ball up the floor. They're playing like back in the old days when Holbrook was a big dynasty in basketball.
Yeah.
We call that "you're not going to touch it" basketball.
You wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Let
not
alone
touching
get a
it.
shot. You're not going to touch it. I like it.
You better go during the halftime and a timeout and touch the ball because when in regulation play, you're not touching it.
There it is again, and Holbrook steal. I would be. We haven't taken very good stats yet, but I'd be interested to know how many shots Ganado's even taken so far in this first quarter.
I would garner to say less than 4.
I'm with you. I can only remember 2. I'm sure there was more than that, but I can remember 2 shots to this point with just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. There you go. Ganado does get it across the stripe. Little drop down. They're going to play the perimeter game a little bit.
Yeah.
Holbrook's got some good defense there. Not going to let him inside.
I like how the Holbrook defenders watch their heads, Kyle. Everybody's head sees the ball.
They're playing that zone. Oh, there we go. Ganado's going to get on the board. They're going to get one to fall. But I like to see that Holbrook too. That they're playing, that man zone that you talked about.
Right.
But they're helping each other out.
They're helping.
They're definitely helping each other.
There's help
out.
coming.
Number 21 gets a good looking three. She's going to knock it down for Guerrero.
Dea Aguero.
It's a great way to answer back to Ganado's first bucket of the night.
Well, she had taken 2 before, and I guess that third one, that was it.
Third time's a charm.
That's what you call drawing it.
And Holbrook right there intercepts that pass. Easy dish to number 12, Abigail Nez, for another right under the basket bucket. I believe that's 6 points for Abigail Nez right here in the first quarter. 6 out of Holbrook's 11. Not a bad first quarter. Ganado's able to get it pretty quick across the line. But they throw it away. And nice little easy trot for Taylin Spencer. She takes her time.
If Holbrook is keeping the steal stat in this game on the bench, they've got to be somewhere near a state record for steals. I mean, that's 13 points on the board, and every one of them are off steals.
Yeah, it looks like Ganado, they're going to have to call a timeout. I think what we saw right there is exactly what you talked about earlier. They finally got the ball across the stripe. They finally look like they're going to get some success. And then just for no reason, the play breaks down. She throws it to the wrong direction. The girl spins right, and she throws it to her left.
Right. Well, it's just frustrating, especially with a defense like this. And I was saying earlier, if you notice that whenever the ball moves, the defense's heads, they move all the time. And the same thing should happen on offense, even when the ball moves. Everybody's head should move and see the ball. And that's one good thing I like about this defensive team. I haven't seen the girls play this type of defense in years.
Yeah.
This is and Coach Paz was playing back then, and she was a heck of a defender back then.
Speaking of Coach Paz used to announce games with us here in the booth every once in a while last year.
Oh,
but this year they pulled her down to coaching. They said,
we're
getting you out of the booth. We're taking you to the bench in a good way.
All that knowledge, yeah.
So coming out of the timeout, Holbrook's once again going to get a turnover, and they're going to take over in their own court. Taylin Spencer leading that offense as she calls out some plays, trying to get things going. Samathe Bailey back to Taylin Spencer. I feel like those are 2 names we're going to call a lot of. Holbrook does get a shot off, can't get it to go, but a nice rebound there by, I believe that was Guerrero.
Guerrero.
She kicks it out to Yazzie, Elena Yazzie. Looks like we're having a little bit of technical issues with our camera crew, so be
Whatever
patient with us while they.
We're having a shift change right
shift
now.
Change, yeah.
Shift change.
30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Holbrook controlling the tempo here pretty good. The ball gets down into number 40, Nicole Gombos, and they're going to call, I'm not sure what they called.
They call the ball's going to stay here on the possession and goes to Holbrook.
There you go. You know, for as much pressure as we've seen tonight as well, on the fouls, we got 4 for Holbrook and 2 for Ganado. So.
Yeah, that's really good for, especially with the amount of seals and deflections that the Holbrook defense is starting to produce now.
Nice inbounds there to Gombos, but can't get the basket to fall. Rolls just a little hard off the front of the rim. As Ganado quickly gets it across the midway stripe, going to bounce it off the side of the backboard though. And they are going to call a foul this time.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul that time. Called that on number 40, I believe, Faith James from Ganado. Down on the far end. Going to inbound the Samathe Billy will inbound it to Taylin Spencer. Taylin Spencer has just been such a joy to watch play these last few years, and if you just know her in person, she's just at the buzzer.
She gets it at the buzzer.
Woo, as I'm praising her, Taylin Spencer, what awareness, clock awareness to get that shot up. And my favorite part, I hope the camera caught it. I'm not sure they did, but as she came walking back, she just gave her coach that smile.
Yeah, that smile.
That's the Taylin smile that she just has all day, every day.
I was talking to Coach Perkins at the beginning, and he said that she's a little fire plug. He goes, she's a fire plug.
You know, I'm not in their locker room, but I guarantee, just knowing her personality, having her in class, she is got to be such a benefit to your locker room.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we talk a lot about the technicalities that happen on a court, but so much of it's emotional, too.
Oh, it's emotional, and you got to have that one player that's always willing to infuse other people with emotion.
And I'll bet you that Taylin Spencer is one of those players that can step up and do that when called upon.
That was a beautiful shot, right in the square. Landed perfect.
So Holbrook has a great first quarter as they lead 15-2. And again, story of the first quarter, that Holbrook defense. Not a bad offense. 15 points is a great offensive first quarter.
That's a good quarter.
That story still remains right there with that Holbrook defense. For those of you that don't know, can we give a little background story on you?
I have coached off and on here at Holbrook for years. I actually played for your dad.
Wow.
When he coached football back in the day. So I've been around.
You're telling your age now.
Yeah, I'm telling my age. I was talking to somebody earlier, and I said I'm in that age group of people that are the 430 blue plate special people. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know that about my dad. That everybody knows him as the choir teacher, but he was actually a big football fan.
He was a big football
coach.
fan.
He won a state championship at the 1A level before he came to Holbrook.
Yes, he did.
Coach. Here we go. Holbrook gets the ball here to start the second quarter. And, number 22 there for Holbrook gets a little excited. Elena Yazzie going to get called for the travel, trying to get that ball inside.
Well, they're getting that high post. If you notice, we were talking about Aberley coming up a little higher. Maybe once you come up a little higher and more to the edge, you widen out the defensive set on the bottom baseline, and you get a lot of easy layups.
All right, Coach, let's talk about that one for a second. Number 24 right there, she gets the bucket for Ganado, but Holbrook did not create the pressure that time. They let him bring it across, and Ganado gets the bucket. Do you go back to the original plan, or do you still go with, for some reason, there must have been a call. Three-pointer there again.
I don't know. Maybe that's the trade-off. You let them get a 2, and you come down and drop a 3. You
take that trade, right?
You take that trade-off.
That was the first time I think I'd seen all game where the Holbrook didn't pull that full-court press.
No, I think they pulled it back just a little bit. At a certain point in time, you're like, it would be murder after a while.
That makes sense.
We'd be into a running clock, somewhere
early,
midway in the third quarter. So
Holbrook still leading 18-4. And there's that defense. You don't have to have full court press to have good defense. Miss Noea Aberley, her 5'7" frame, she reaches up there and makes that steal. Holbrook brings it down. Long 3 can't go. They get the rebound. Can't get the second one to go, but once again, good rebounding by Holbrook. Get 2 of them. Going to get called for a travel there as number 22 again Elena Yazzie. Gonna have to watch her feet a little bit tonight.
Yeah. She's going to have to go more with a pump fake, and she's going with a body fake.
Whole body.
Yeah, more of a pump fake, head and shoulders.
And Holbrook went to the full court press. Got that steal right away. Goes for the three, but Holbrook's got the better position for the rebound. But number 10 right there, Rael Yazzie, can't hang on to it. It's going to fall out of bounds.
I really like this Holbrook defense. I mean, I like defense. I just like defense because, most guys can shoot, but, it takes heart to want to play defense, no. And these guys are really forcing the issue.
Not to get too far ahead of us, but, watching those Suns this year, right?
Yes, yeah.
Mikal Bridges there showing some, 2-point game the other night against Golden State, and nobody cared, not one bit, because of what a game just because of defense, right? Won them that game in a lot of ways.
Yes, it did.
So every level defense is so important.
Defense is so important.
Sometimes we think professional is just all about the razzle-dazzle and the fun, but it's really not.
Right.
You learn these traits right now at this level that are going to carry you on through.
And they make you a much better player overall because anybody that has a desire to play defense, offense is always going to come a little easier to you because when you're playing defense, what you're doing, you're prejudging offensive moves. Yeah. That's what gives you the break on a steal or a tip or whatever to get to the ball. And so you got to be smart and you have to anticipate, So therefore, that translates also into an offensive game. Michael Jordan was a great defender before he always all defensive team.
That's
Remember
true.
that, right?
That's true.
So,
we forget that, right? That's not the picture on the Air Jordan, so we forget.
Right.
So Holbrook's going to get the turnover once again on the far side. Coming off that missed free throw. Reed can't get her free throw to fall.
That was patient.
Looking for a three-pointer, but again, Holbrook in great position there for that rebound. I believe that was number 40, Gombos again. She's not as big as the person she's against, but she's just getting the great position under the hoop.
You're exactly right with that, Carl. I mean, she just had great position. She boxed out, spread out a little bit, so she couldn't go around her, and she just let the rebound virtually drop right in front of her.
And she's done that a couple times tonight. And that time she was able to actually turn it back into points as well.
You don't have to be a great rebounder. Dennis Rodman was only 6'6".
Yeah.
But
only 6'6".
Yeah, only 6. Well, to you and I.
From a 5'6" guy.
Yeah. So, but you think about it, and it's all about position.
Yeah. It looks like we did have a foul on the far end of the court, but Holbrook is in the penalty. That will be Holbrook's 7th foul, so that will send Ganado to the line for a 1-on-1 situation. First free throw is up and no good, so it's a live ball, but she gets her own rebound and puts it back off the glass. And Holbrook's going to have to do a better job boxing out the shooter when it comes to those, I guess.
Well, a lot of people don't look at the shooter because most of the time the shooter knows it's got to hit the rim before they move.
Yeah.
But she shot it and let it hit the rim.
Oh, great inside pass there. Couldn't quite get it fall for Aberly, but, hey, speaking of position, even on offense, sometimes the basket doesn't fall, but as a coach, you've got to be happy with how the play worked out.
Well, and you get the attempt, too, so you just want to start banking on those attempts.
The more attempts and that's been Ganado's problem all night tonight, right? If you look at the shots on, hockey, we say shots on goal.
Right.
Same in basketball, shots on goal. Good rebound, kicks it back to Gombos. Can't hang on to it the second time, though. It's going to get away. But once again, Holbrook's defense able to get back and put some pressure on Ganado. And stolen right from her back. She went a little far back with the ball. Gets it swiped away. Down to the three-point line. 23 up. No good. But there we go. Taylin Spencer.
Smallest player on the floor.
Getting the rebound. Underneath even. The under rebound. Oh, got a little bit of arm on that one. I think we're going to get a foul called on Ganado. Going to send Holbrook to the line. A shooting foul. I believe number 12, Abigail Nez, going to go to the line. Looks like coach is going to let her shoot the first one all by herself while he talks with the rest of the team. Kind of steal a timeout here almost.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to do it, isn't it?
She misses the first one.
Wait.
We got too many players on the court right now. We got an issue. Oh, he's able to pull her off. A little confusion over here.
No. You got to pull somebody.
All right. That's a little Little interesting play right there. A little interesting setup
Well,
there.
I
Works
like
for
the thought process.
Yeah, almost got caught with an extra
Yeah.
player on there, but they were able to get back. Holbrook now down there on the baseline with her, or excuse me, at the free throw line with her on her second shot. Goes high off the rim, but Ganado can't hang on to the rebound.
Taylor Spencer came around baseline and just tipped it out of her hand.
Just enough, right?
Just enough.
You don't have to get the whole thing,
Just a piece.
just enough to throw off the person trying to get it. So Holbrook retains possession, going to take it out right underneath the basket. Oh, right off the hands of Shondine Ben. That's going to happen every once in a while, but
Yeah.
it's one of those easy drops, hits her in the hands and rolls out of bounds. But we're going to look at a timeout for Holbrook with 4:52 to go here in the second quarter. Holbrook leading 20-6. What a game so far, though. Holbrook, I don't know. I think from what I looked at, I did some research on the game earlier today. And coming into tonight, it looked like Ganado had only played one game, but they won. So Ganado was 1-0, and Holbrook was 2-0 coming into tonight. These are the boys' scores. I thought I printed off the girls' ones too, but yeah. So we're early in the season.
Early.
And Holbrook, had a great team last year, graduated some seniors. But if we look through their list tonight, so out of their starters, Samathe Billy, a senior, Abigail Nez, a senior, Taylin Spencer, a senior, Nicole Gombo's only a sophomore, and Noea Aberly, a sophomore.
Right.
So a great mix there of older and younger players. And coming out of the timeout,
And they all play like seniors.
Yeah.
Every one of them, even the sophomores, that's what I'm really impressed about. They're coming down and they're like hungry.
Looking for a three-point answer back on the other side. This time she can't get it to fall, but they're going to keep that pressure on Ganado as they try to force him to make a bad pass. She can't get there, but Taylin Spencer just gets a little too aggressive. That can happen when you play this style of basketball.
Just a little bit, but they transition quick. That's what people talk about, transition game, where a team will go from being on offense to defense or defense to offense. And you notice how quick Holbrook does that? Yeah, so they get a touch, and it seems like they've already got somebody breaking.
They know they're ready for it.
They're ready to give it up. I used to tell kids all the time, hey, don't be afraid to give the ball up, because if you give it up, you're going to get it back.
Yeah. So Ganado will miss that free throw. So Holbrook will get the rebound, but a rare turnover there for Taylin Spencer on a missed pass, but didn't take her too long to get it back as going out of bounds. Ganado flips it right to Taylin Spencer. She brings it all the way to the baseline before she kicks it back out to the perimeter. Three-point shot, look there for number 10, Rael Nez, can't get it to fall. Ganado now gonna push the pressure, get it way out in front. Number 3 takes it to the hoop, little too strong, but they're gonna call a foul, I believe, on Taylin Spencer. We'll wait to see what number they throw up here.
I think that's
number 40.
On 40. I don't think that was on Taylor, but she was really hustling.
Yeah, she was.
She was at this end of the floor, then she was at that end of the floor in the corner, and then she came back half court.
So when you talk about conditioning pays off.
Oh, yeah, it does.
We may complain about it at the beginning, but it's paying off for Taylor tonight. I'm not sure she's left the court all the first half so far either.
I don't believe she has.
Holbrook, once again, goes off the front of the rim. Ganado trying to push it down a little faster. Almost loses control, but they're able to hang on to it. Quick throw all the way across the perimeter and had a good look, but couldn't get it to fall for Ganado. Quick pass up to number 22 for Holbrook. Hard foul there on number 22. Elena Yazzie, probably a smart foul because she had an open look to that basket.
Yeah, and then Aberly, as soon as she got it, her head looked straight up the floor to give the ball up.
So now number 22, Elena Yazzie, going to have to go to the stripe, have to earn these 2 points the hard way. Rather than the easy layup underneath, she's going to have to do them from the swipe one at a time. First shot is up and good. That was one of the things about Holbrook last year. I remember, I announced all the games last year for Holbrook, and Holbrook, great free throw shooting team too.
Oh, yeah.
They make you pay. There was games that were won or lost by 3 or 4 points, and Holbrook would win the free throw battle, and that was the difference in a game many times.
Yeah, you have to. If you win, if you can at least win 50% of the layup battle.
Yeah.
And all the free throw battle, you'll win games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Man, look how many layups the Holbrook girls have missed tonight in tonight's ball game.
Gonna
And
have
I
to-
call
there's
those the
something to work on.
2-foot putts. You know,
2-foot putt, I like it.
those 2-foot putts, you got to knock those down.
So Coach, what happens tomorrow when you go back to the gym after you've missed this many?
We do a lot of layups, and you hear Coach Tyler yelling. That was my thing all the time. Make the layup.
Just make Abigail Nez, though, comes away with a Holbrook three-pointer. Ganado goes down, throws a little shoulder in there, but no call. I like it. A little no call there.
Offensive push there.
Yeah. Going to make Holbrook work for it. Holbrook brings it back down. Looking at 3 points once again. Number 21, she takes a turn. Guerrero, I believe that's her at least second three-pointer for the night. Taking Holbrook 27 to Ganado 10.
And she's a freshman.
Freshman, Guerrero, look at that. How often do you see a freshman playing at the varsity level and playing like that?
Well, you remember Abram Dixon played for Holbrook years ago.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him, and he said that's his little cousin. I said, I watched her in the JV game, and she was doing some things. I said, I don't know who this little girl is. I said, well, she didn't start. She came off the bench.
In the JV even.
Yeah, and then she came off and brought energy and things that coaches look for.
Yeah, it's earned her spot here tonight, huh?
That's exactly.
Aberley's going to get that, use her height on the other end to get that steal. They bring it back across.
Ooh, that was pretty.
There you go. Number 22, Elena Yazzie gets a pretty little shot there.
We call that a running floater.
That's the kind you see on the ESPN highlights.
Yes, yeah.
We're going to have to talk our broadcast team here, and Mike Burks. We got to give a big shout out to Mike Burks and the high school broadcast team for what they put on here tonight.
Very impressed. I'm impressed.
We just show up. We get the nice to just show up at the very last second, hang out and talk while they do all the hard work.
Well, I know you graduated from this school. I graduated, but when we graduated, we were still in the caves up by the football field. So all this new high-tech stuff is all new to me.
Yeah. We're going to have to talk them into putting together a highlight reel for the announcements or something, right? We'll circle the play.
That's exactly great.
So once again, Ganado struggling from the free throw line. They've had a few times where they've had this one on the, what do they call it, the bonus situation where they're able to get a free throw, but they're not getting them to fall.
Well, and even in those bonus opportunities, if you could, make some of those, at least you stay close.
There she goes.
29-10 is not really over.
No, not at all. This is a streak. Basketball can turn real fast. So Holbrook on that long, or just a regular three-point, but she misses it. Kick out once again. Taylin Spencer. Woo, like that. Taylin Spencer does it all. She takes her toner to three-pointer and gets it as well. I believe that's at least 3 Holbrook players now that have knocked down a three-point bucket tonight.
And look at the focus and the concentration. She drops a three and then goes right straight into like that crazy defense.
Great.
Yeah.
I love
it. Goes right straight into the defense. Like, okay.
And Holbrook gets the ball right back, just like you said, because of that tenacity and that willingness to she doesn't need to gloat about that three-pointer she made. She's back to work.
Yeah, she's back to work.
And back to work she is again as she directs her offense at the point guard. She points and directs some of her players around. You love to see that as a senior, has a good understanding of the game to be able to do this. Abigail Nez trying to work the far side of the court. Going to kick it back to Taylin. Taylin here to the near side. Our freshman right there, Elena Yazzie. Oh, a little bit of a missed pass there. But again, that's Elena Yazzie there, a freshman, right? You got these freshmen out here with these seniors.
And I'm really impressed with these freshmen. They are gamers.
Yeah. They're out there to compete. Yeah, and you're right. Just from watching today, I could not tell you, if I didn't have this chart in front of me, I couldn't tell you which one was a senior and which one was a freshman.
Not by the play. No way.
Even number 42, Noea Aberley, she's the sophomore, and she's the tallest one out there. So not even by their stature could I tell you the difference.
They've got a great, that's good defense. I'm going to really talk to Coach Perkins and pat him on the back. And I was like, to impress me, play defense.
That's impressive in itself.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Taylin Spencer, just under a minute to go, brings it across. She's going to scan the court, see what opens up for her. Tries to dish it down there to Aberley, but it is going to be stolen there for Ganado. Oh, boy, I'm going to call that a double.
Aberley turned her back at the wrong moment right there.
She wasn't expecting that pass coming her way, I don't think. She was starting to spin to get a little deeper in under the basket.
Well, and maybe she was thinking that we're going to get the last shot inside, 10 or 6 to 10 seconds.
34 seconds left. She turns and gets the shot there. Aberley makes him pay and takes that score to 34-10. Looks like Ganado. I'm not sure Ganado can try to keep the ball too long. Sometimes you want to control to get that last shot. They might just have to try to do everything they can to get near the basket. A diving attempt there to get the ball from Elena Yazzie. They're going to say it was just out on Holbrook. They're going to call it Ganado
that
ball.
defense is not backing off. 16 seconds, and they're diving for stuff out of bounds.
They are excited to play some basketball in this fresh season here. You know, that pre-Christmas break basketball.
They can get this.
Here we go, 5 seconds. Is she aware of the clock? 3, 2, 1. Got to get it up. She gets it off the last second right off the front of the rim, but Abigail Nez does get that last second shot attempt off. And Holbrook's going to go in at halftime leading 34 to Ganado 10. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and take a pause at this halftime as well, so don't go too far. Stay with us. If you're just joining in, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit the notification bells, because Holbrook brings you a lot of great stuff on this YouTube channel. But we're going to take a break with them as well, get a drink, and bring you back some second half action right here from Budenholzer Court at Holbrook High School. Welcome back to the broadcast as we come to you live from Tony Munoz Gym right here at Buttonholzer Court, if I could talk. We've enjoyed the halftime so far. We're just about 2 minutes left to go here in the halftime before we bring you some second half action between the Ganado Hornets and the Holbrook Roadrunners, two flying animals. And if we talk about the first half, some flying animals we've seen this first half.
Well, I'm telling you, I think the Roadrunners are doing. They're the dominant one of the flying animals.
They
I guess
are.
because their defense. And we were talking earlier during the half. Their defense. They've got to be pushing some kind of record either for turnovers or steals or deflections or maybe all
Both.
three. So, but yeah, they're really playing great defense. I'm really impressed with their defense. And their offense is going to flow. When defense is that great, offense just seems to flow.
That's for sure. As we looked at their early season opponents, so Holbrook's coming in, as we mentioned, 2-0. They beat Alchesay 53-49, and they beat Chinle 44-34. So offensively, they're on pace to have a better night than they've had all season so far. Looking at 34, we don't know if you can't always predict what a second half will turn into from the first half.
Right.
But a great first half offensively, and then again dominant first half defensively.
Defensively, yeah, and it's kind of there in the second quarter that Holbrook quit picking up. They wouldn't pick up full court or three-quarters court.
Yeah.
And like you had mentioned, and they kind of let them come down just a
little
bit. And like we had talked about earlier, maybe it confused Ganado. So as soon as they got past a certain point, they threw the ball away.
They did, and it happened over and over and over again. And to Ganado's credit, they've continued to fight as well because, as you mentioned earlier, when you play that style of basketball, it's easy to have that other team kind of get in your head, and you start to hear footsteps, you might say, right?
Yes, yeah. Everybody becomes the boogeyman.
Yeah. Which way do I turn? Because it doesn't matter which way I turn. It feels like Taylin Spencer's right there on either side. You turn right, she's there. You turn left, and somehow she's magically right there as well. But Holbrook coming out of the locker room. They're going to pause that clock as they get set up here to get started. It looks like Ganado will gets the possession clock to start the second half.
And we'll have the same starters for Holbrook as we had in the first half. Billy, Nez, Spencer, Gumbos, and Erbly.
They will switch directions, though, and that looks like it works well for Ganado as they quickly get a score right underneath, and Holbrook gets to get a turn to see if they can answer back to that quick Ganado score to start the second half.
That's what you call a confidence basket right there. Come back, give you some little bit of confidence.
Looks like Gombos, they're going to get called for the travel. Going to be a rare turnover for Holbrook compared to that first half. So Ganado going to get 2 looks at the basket here. But there's a little bit of overthrow, just a little bit too much height on that ball, and it's going to sail out of bounds into the lobby of Tony Munoz Gym here. And then Holbrook will bring it out up court. No pressure there from Ganado. Taylin Spencer looking for an open pass. Great drive in the lane right there. Number 12, Abigail Nez.
I like the offense Holbrook ran there. That's a give and go. They did it 3 times, give and go, and see what happens is you see the ball come in, then it goes out, and what the defense does, they flex, and then that third person has an easy layup, just
Wide
like they
open
did.
lane right there.
Wide open layup.
Textbook right there.
Yes.
Not only did she get the 2-point bucket, she's fouled on the shot, gets a chance for a 3-point play, and converts. So a great answer there for Holbrook. They get a 3-point answer.
Here they come with that press again.
They have to start worrying about the clock at some point with that pressure, too. That 10-second clock to get it across the stripe. There's that diving attempt there by number 15, Taylin Spencer. She's a little slow to get up this time, though. Hope she's all right. She went down a little hard, probably got a little stinger on her knee.
Yeah, I think she kind of hit her knee on the floor there. But that was good hustle because she split the gap. That's called splitting the gap right there. She was through there quick.
So both Holbrook and Ganado now with 1 foul apiece here to start the second half. Ganado having looking like they're having a little bit more time to develop something, and then again, a little overthrow there out of bounds. Holbrook ball.
It's that defense. They converge. When that ball is picked up, bottom line, people are converging to their man, and that's I'm really super impressed with Perkins' defense.
For sure. I mean, on that play, it sure looked like Ganado was going to have a little bit more time even, but they didn't feel it. They didn't feel like they had the time.
They didn't.
And so they rushed that pass.
And maybe that's just, that's because of the defense,
for
too,
sure. That maybe allows Holbrook to kind of lighten up a little bit and still have the same effects. Nice inbounds pass right there to Taylin Spencer right underneath. Hey, she may be 5'0", but she can still drive it.
I liked how she tried to create contact. What she did was she jumped backwards, and the girl was smart enough to move away. She wanted to get the and one.
She wanted the and one, didn't she? And I gave her a little too much credit. I'd say 5'0", but she's listed at 4'11".
Hey, when you're 4'11" and you're playing like that, we're just going to call you a 6-footer.
Yeah, that's right. I like it.
Honorary 6-foot.
Honorary. I like it. Great position from Gambos there, but a better pass there. Good job for Ganado. Got it just over Gambos' arm, and she's going to take and put it up and get called for a foul there. So personal foul there on number 40, Gambos. That's her third.
Her third. That's the reason why she's coming. What she was trying to do is she was trying to front her. And when you're trying to front and the basket is behind you, your best spot is behind the defender. Because if they catch it now, they got to face you and face you and then try to do something with it. But if I'm going to front her, I'm already. So if they go over me with the pass like they did, you're already behind
That makes
her.
sense. So once again, though, Ganado struggling from the free throw line. They get the miss, and Holbrook will take over. They'll get the ball, bring it across. There's Taylin Spencer bringing it across fast. Nice dish inside. They'll kick it back out, though. Number 14, Leona Smith. She's the one that came in for Gambos. She get a chance to touch the ball for a few seconds as they run this crossing patterns that you mentioned before, right? And there was the lane, but Ganado closed this time. Boom. And Taylin for the three-pointer.
Boom.
Can we call it Shazam like a good old?
Oh, she dropped that, boy. That's called dropping rain right there.
Make it rain. Ganado she had the ball underneath the hoop, but decided to take it out. I've heard Coach Perkins many times talk about you catch that under there and you put it right back up. You've got the good position already. There we go, into Smith. Smith's gonna get a little excited though, coming off the bench there.
Well, she's just trying to give that and go. She got it way out too high. She didn't have the leg length to try to lay that up. So
she couldn't
best
get that ball
thing she
down.
Just stop. The defense just goes right by you. Hit that soft jumper. Look at that hustle.
Woo. Ganado bringing it across. Got a person right underneath the hoop. They're going to get 2 points. I believe that was number 34 there. Reed for Ganado. But Holbrook coming back to look for a three. Oh, just a little too long. They throw it away. Holbrook's going to get it back. Taylin, just smart basketball. Doesn't try to drive it all the way and pulls up a little early. Can't get it to fall. But there is going to be a rebound there by Aberly, and she can't get it to fall either, though. So Ganado is going to get a chance to bring it back. Got a little one-on-one. There we go. Good
I feel
play.
a timeout. Perkins, I think Perkins is going to be calling us a timeout here pretty quick.
Yeah, this has been the best run so far for Ganado of the game. They're up to 18 points. 14 for the three. Can't get it to fall. Rebound to Ganado. You can see it on Perkins' face. He wants some kind of change.
I know Greg real good. When he puts both his hands on his hips.
That's the sign.
That's the sign.
Oh, got a little pressure there, and Ganado's going to call a timeout before Holbrook can steal it. So Greg doesn't have to call the timeout. He'll let his defense do the work for him, force the other team to call the timeout for him.
Well, that's a great deal when you can force them to call the timeout, because Holbrook was just a little discombobulated there. They were just a little helter-skelter.
Just needed to take a second and talk about it and get back, calm back down, play your game.
Yeah. And then that's when Taylin Spencer needs to just take, when she comes down, even on a full break, just back the ball back out and just dribble for a second and slow everybody down just a little bit. Because they started getting frenetic there for a little bit.
Starting to look like Ganado's look.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think it's, we talk about emotion and the elements of a game that aren't necessarily seen, and that idea of controlling the game, right? One team usually is in control.
Right.
And Holbrook's been in control for most of this game. And Ganado's starting to find a little bit of it. And if you let them get it too confident, like you said, it can be a sway the other way.
I think Holbrook's still a little out of it because
There it is.
out of the timeout, Holbrook went to their end of the floor, and it's Ganado's ball, and Ganado had the ball underneath their basket.
Used to that first half. So Reed for Ganado is going to get the bucket on this side. Holbrook, number 10, going to go up hard right under the basket. Rael Yazi, and they're going to get. She's going to draw the foul, and so Yazi's going to go to the free throw line. Holbrook still leading 42-21, but again, this Ganado team here in this third quarter has already gained more points in the third quarter than they did the whole first half.
Yeah, Holbrook's only scored 8 points since the half.
And Ganado scored 11.
Yes.
So Ganado is winning the third quarter, you might say, at this point.
And right now, they're looking like they're getting it back together.
Good bounce there for Holbrook. Number 12, Abigail Nez. She's been the leading scorer tonight for Holbrook. She's done it underneath the basket. She's done it from the three-point stripe, as she does it right there once again, right underneath the basket. Ganado is able to get it across.
Somebody's open.
Oh, there it is right there. She shoots the long three. Can't get it to fall. Wide open rebound, though, for number 10, Rael Yazi. And she's going to dish it off to number 12, Abigail Nez, as she brings it up court. For the first time tonight, I actually believe Taylin Spencer is getting a little rest.
Yeah, well, that's the first time she's been out
Yeah.
this whole game. Yeah, that is good. When she comes back, she's gonna definitely make it known. Okay, I'm back off the bench.
Sorry,
okay,
coach.
Yep, I'm back. Yeah.
We got to see Abigail Nez there run the offense there for a second in her absence, and Taylin Spencer's absence.
And that's a sign of a good player when they've been out of the game and you notice, and then when they come back in the game, then you notice again.
Yeah.
So
Circle
they're
that player.
affecting the game.
That's MVP style. You start to notice your MVP right there when that happens. We are going to have another timeout on the court, though, with 3 minutes and 31 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and allow both teams to talk about it a little bit more. Not sure if we'll see any substitutions change coming out of the timeout, but we are seeing a new life out of Ganado.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Perkins has really gone that deep into his bench. I'm looking at maybe, what do you figure, 9, 10 girls?
Yeah. Yeah, he's gone with the starters. Which is, it's an important thing here, especially early on in the season, right? You're starting to develop chemistry and all those different elements of a long season get developed here in these games.
And we used to tell the kids, everybody on the team has a role. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Coaches have roles, managers have roles, everybody has a role. And as long as everybody plays their role in any given game, and your role may change game to game, but just play your role and everything will be all right.
Whatever that role is, do it.
Right.
We have a little discussion going on. The official is talking to somebody on the side. I think the cheerleaders trying to make sure the cheerleaders are lined up where they should be. Make sure they can stay out of the way a little bit. And a rare turnover there for Holbrook. Going to be a fast break there for number 3. Easy layup for Alpha Riars. I'm sorry, I'm going to call it Reed. Again, coming out of the timeout. Holbrook struggling coming out of the timeout. Abigail Nez, she goes up hard, draws a hard foul, though, number 30. She recognizes that number and wasn't going to let her have an easy basket again.
No, but Holbrook looks like they're still a little shaky and a little shaky looking.
What changed coming out of halftime there?
I don't know. Sometimes coaches get in the locker room and they have what you call go to Jesus meetings. And when you have those go to Jesus meetings in the locker room, sometimes your perspectives change when you come back out into the game.
Yeah, for sure. She is able to knock down her first free throw. And the second one is up and good as well. So she couldn't get it easy underneath. She goes ahead and takes care of it from the stripe. Again, that free throw shooting for Holbrook looking pretty solid tonight. Not perfect, but good. There we go. That's kind of been a signature play for Ganado. They're trying to lead their player down the court, but they just keep getting it too far out in front.
Too far out in front and in the corner.
And like you mentioned earlier, right? It's better to get that inside rather than out to the corner.
Right.
Number 10, good drive there for Holbrook. A little too much over the top of the rim, but they're going to say it's out on Ganado, so Holbrook will retain possession of the ball.
So right now, Holbrook is giving Spencer and Aberly, I guess, a rest. You know, so when they come back in, they're gonna. Here comes Spencer right now.
Taylin. There's Abigail Nez with the ball. She goes inside. Great pass and an easy
That's that
bucket.
offense.
Right there.
You just
number
get
22.
people's eyes doing this. That's all you want their eyes to start to do. You bounce around, and then
Don't
you get
know where
open
to look.
layups.
Number 40 pulls up her dribble, so she's got to get rid of it. Oh, whoa, a little of a missed pass right through the hands of number 3, Reed.
Okay, it's getting ready to get tough, I think, for Ganado again right now, because he
There's the
just
big
brought
change.
4 fresh players in.
Including Taylin Spencer.
Yeah.
And Samathe Billy. She was a player is one of our starters that we mentioned a lot at the very beginning. So
Yes,
Samathe
yeah,
back in as
yeah.
well. A little away from the ball foul, it looks like. Kicking, is that what he... Number 34. Not sure exactly what he called, but going to call something on number 34.
He called that from way out here. I don't know
Yeah.
what he saw. I didn't see exactly what he saw.
It will be a foul against Ganado, and Holbrook will get to take it out of bounds from right underneath the basket, right there on the baseline.
Sometimes officials will see intent.
Yeah, yeah.
I would tell them sometimes, what you saw, that player was intending to do that, but
But
he
it
didn't
didn't
quite
happen.
do it, but you called it.
That's funny. I'm actually a football official. I've
Uh-huh.
officiated, varsity football and everything in between. And I'll have players all the time coming to me and be like, "Hey, ref, he held me." And I was like, "No, he tried to hold you, but he didn't hold you.
He
There's a
didn't hold
difference."
you. Yeah. His intent was to hold you.
He sure wanted to hold you,
Yeah.
but he didn't succeed. Oh, there's another away from the ball foul, and he's going to call this one against
Oh.
Holbrook.
Illegal block.
Number 14 for Holbrook, so Leona Smith, junior for Holbrook. Got to put that pressure, though, even on the inbound pass.
Well, they're bringing that zone back, and it's now full. It's full court again.
It's full court.
They're saying, okay, we're tired of playing around.
Going back to our game.
We tried to slow it down, and we looked terrible slowing it down. So we're going to pick the tempo back up, and
What do
we're
you
going
call
to go
that?
back to our press.
We're going to go home with the one I came with.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
There it is, right there under the hoop. Great basket. Number 3 this time, Shondine Ben, taking the score 50, crossing the half-century mark.
See, that's that. See that defense. As John Barrow, you remember John Barrow?
Yeah.
John Barrow used to call it "dance with the girl who brought you."
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
Yeah, that's right.
and that's what they're going back
That's what
to
they
doing
did.
what they were doing before.
And then it's paying off already, right? So we
2
mentioned
turnovers.
they scored all those points, and they've only scored 2
Look at that.
points since we mentioned
Oh,
that. Easy pass, but she's able to hang on to it, luckily. But Travel's trying to turn back around to get that hoop.
that was a beautiful. If she could have got the layup, that was beautiful.
What do you call that? Was one where she saw the basket before she made the catch.
Yeah, with the guys, we call that would be an alley oop.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
give the kid the opportunity to try to dunk it.
Yeah.
That's great defense.
Woo! She was thinking that ball, number 3 for Ganado, was thinking that ball was going to go out of bounds, so she pulled up. And the Holbrook player with no quit, Shondine Ben, just went right around her and grabbed the ball before it could go out of bounds. Talk about hustle on a play. If you're the coach of that Ganado player, you got to tell her, no, we don't give up on that ball.
No,
right?
you got to act like you want it.
Ganado going to inbound it here on the near side, right in front of the Holbrook bench. Gets a good inbound. Going to have a little 1-on-2, and going to pay off. Number 30 for Ganado.
That's how it's done, just like that.
And Taylin Spencer, she finds a hole, drives it in, kicks it back out though. Going to get it back to Taylin's hands. She looks around. Going to spend a little more time out here in the perimeter, doing those crossing patterns right across.
Somebody's going to get a layup.
middle.
Watch, somebody's going to get a layup.
There she was open. Oh, she wasn't watching right with it in enough time. She got caught up. Some good defense there from Ganado.
No, that's not a travel.
no. Heard the crowd yell for it. But
Told you, layup.
there it is. She called it. Number 40, Gambos gets
Somebody's
a layup.
going to get a layup.
It's really actually, it'd be a fun, like, if you could get the right camera angle to watch those crossing patterns as they just in and out. It's like a figure 8 right
It is.
there.
That's exactly what
It's
they're doing.
Pretty and kind of mesmerizing. You
Yeah.
kind of just get lost in it, even from a fan's perspective, let alone on court.
It's just all they're doing is curling at the free throw line. Everybody's just
Yeah.
curling.
And once that one comes open, and that time Gambos got the call, and she takes it to the hoop for the 2 points. Ooh, hard pass. That was a good pass inside. Number 3, number 3, Reed for Ganado, she's struggled catching the ball tonight, I've noticed.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ganado is just putting too much force on it or what, but
Well, yeah, and it just seems like there's so much going on, and it seems like they're being distracted.
yeah. So we're approaching 30 seconds here to go for the third quarter. We'll see if Holbrook tries to hang on to it to try to get that last shot.
See, they got a play coming here.
Gonna spin.
There's one.
Oh,
That's luck
I think
there.
that was a good bounce.
And one.
And one. Look at that. So Holbrook drives hard to the basket, goes up hard. Knows she's going to get hit, so goes up real hard and takes the hit and still gets the ball to go in. A couple lucky bounces, you might say, right?
Oh, yeah.
What led to that was a missed pass, right?
A missed pass went through and it happened to land in the right hands.
Sometimes it's all about where the ball bounces. We'll take that too.
Well, sometimes they say it's better to be lucky than good sometimes.
That's right. I also like the idea though that Holbrook being in the right position leads to good
Double
luck
dribble.
too, right? You kind of see some of that.
Yes, exactly. I thought that she got away with a double dribble on the baseline.
Yeah. So Holbrook leading 54-25 with 17 seconds to go here in the third period. Pretty even on fouls. Holbrook with 5 team fouls and Ganado with 16 fouls as we get ready to close out here the third period. Got to get the ball up court pretty quick because they only have 15 seconds left.
I think it's 5-second count already.
They're in trouble. She is stuck.
They're way past 5-second
There's
count.
the takeaway. And look at that hustle, right? Most
Shoot.
players, that would have went out of bounds before they could get
Oh!
Time does run out. Oh, she just couldn't quite hang on to it. But Taylor Spencer, give her credit.
I thought
Most
she was
players,
going to
that
pull
was
it.
Go out. Yeah.
I thought she was going to shoot it from there.
If she would have recognized the clock, I bet you she would have. So 54-25. Holbrook there for the first 4 minutes. There, you got 8 minutes quarters. The first 4 minutes of that third quarter, it was a different game for a minute.
Yeah.
Holbrook decides to kind of go back to what they knew, and it paid off. So they quickly shut down. Since that 4 minute mark, Ganado was only able to score 4 more points.
Yeah, and they've only brought the ball across court since that 4 minute 3 times.
Yeah.
And so that Holbrook picked up the press. They're saying, okay, we're going to contest everything. And, that, I call that the King Kong defense, King Kong on the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Some of the airplanes he couldn't hit, but he's swinging at them anyway,
Yeah.
right? So you contest everything.
Yeah.
Sooner or later you're going to hit something.
Make them think twice, right? If you want to come in there.
And that's the kind of defense Holbrook seems like they have. They're just challenging you on everything.
I love it. Now as a coach, I've never coached basketball. I've coached some other sports, but never basketball. But basketball's a quick game, right? Football, you have your offense, you have your defense. They're separate, right? You take turns. But that's not the case here. Do you change it up when you have a healthy lead like this coming into the fourth quarter? Do you start to look ahead and start to pull back to protect player safety? At the end of a football game, you might pull some starters to protect them. Do you start thinking that here or not yet?
It depends so much on what you want to do, honestly, because there are some players out there that who haven't really had starters for you, right? They're hardworking kids. They haven't really had that game.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it depends on who the coach is. Sometimes you're like, okay, you tell a kid, hey, I'm gonna leave you in because I'm not getting enough juice out of you for some reason, and so you do those certain types of things. But in a game like this, you want to keep your flow because you don't want to create stuff that'll throw you off.
Yeah.
I'd rather have another team stop me than I stop myself.
Yeah, for sure.
So sometimes you got to keep things going just to stay in the flow.
And I know that you never want to tell your players to stop, not to give everything they've got.
Right.
That's when injuries happen so often, right? Because you're not playing your game.
And I think that's why Coach Perkins, what we thought and what I thought was, okay, he's getting a little bit perturbed with the guys. I said because, he's like, okay, I understand we got this big lead, blah, 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 but we're not playing our ball, our type of ball right now.
Yeah, I don't care what the scoreboard says. I care about how you play the game.
Right. And so when you see that, coaches, they're still working. They're still always sharpening the knife. Steel sharpens steel.
I love that. Amen.
Yeah.
Taylin Spencer, she's going to get a shot. Look at that speed. She just has 2 defenders. They're debating who to cover, and she just goes around them. Can't get the basket to fall, but a great move. We are going to get a travel there.
Defense.
Ganado, yeah. I think what you mentioned, as a choir director, I teach choir here at Holbrook High School, and one of the things I teach my kids all the time is one performance is worth 10 practices.
Right.
And I think that's got to be true of a game, right? One
Right.
game is worth 10 practices.
Yes.
And so you've got to use this time, not just in, am I going to win this game, but thinking forward for the rest of the season. And hopefully you're looking forward to the playoffs, right? We want to go deep. We want to be playing for a lot of months ahead.
You're always sharpening, you know, always. You gotta keep that edge, you know what I mean? You know, it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, you watch these cage fighters, you know, and they'll go up against a guy that you know, well, Conor McGregor may have a big name and this other guy, but Conor McGregor goes out and just destroys a guy, you know, but that's what he should do.
He should. Yeah, he's supposed to.
He's not supposed to go out there and be suspect. You know.
You want to play to their level, right? You want to play to your level.
Yeah, and so, you know, when you have a team, you know, and you want people to know, hey, we're capable of doing this. We can press you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we can speed it up. We can slow it down. Our transition game is this, or you know, the way we play our defense is this. You know. That's good for them. I think that's what Coach Perkins was seeing. Hey, we're getting out of I wanted you guys in that first half character in the second half, but you kind of backed off too far. Yeah. That's why I call that timeout. Said, okay, and then they got back into character.
Love that. Taylin Spencer, somebody forgot to cover. I think she was a little surprised it was so open too, and couldn't get the free throw to fall. But they are going to call a foul, I believe. I'm sure they call it against Holbrook?
It's on Taylin Spencer. They got her with the foul, but, you know, she's hit the floor more than Kevin Johnson. Remember Kevin Johnson with the Suns? He hit the floor every time. Sometimes I would see him drive to the bucket, and I would tell my wife, why does he do that? He knows he's going to be getting off the floor.
You know.
Yeah. And then he got up off the floor more than anybody in the NBA at that point in time.
I love it. Problem there for Taylin Spencer, that was her 4th foul. So sending... And it was a team. It puts you into the bonus, so that sends Ganado to the free throw line. But again, Ganado's struggling from the free throw line. But Taylin with her 4th foul, she comes out of the game.
Well, I think her evening is pretty much going to be over, unless things get drastic.
Aberly right there. She goes up hard. Going to be a little too hard as it goes. Sometimes I wonder if they're expecting to get hit, so they're going up so hard and they throw it over the top of the hoop.
Yeah.
Expecting a little more pressure than they get.
Sometimes people feel pressure, and sometimes people sense pressure when there's no pressure.
Yeah.
And then they try to rush stuff. And we would always yell to the kids underneath the basket, glass.
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 Don't be afraid of that glass.
Glass. Use that glass. Use the glass. Use the glass, you know. And then that's what you're supposed to do.
A little confusion here as they figure out who's going to be where on the court.
They lost the possession.
They figure it out. Ganado gets the ball. They're going to take it out from their baseline. Quick inbounds, but there's that pressure. Staying with that pressure here. Samathe Billy going to bring that pressure. Take over where Taylin is on the bench now.
Great
defense. Turnover. There it is. Abigail Nez drives hard. And they're going to call a foul against Ganado. Call it before the shot. The shot actually did go in, but they're going to say it before the shot.
Yeah, and Samantha Billy, she had an easy jumper right there. She gave it up to her just a little bit too late. Just a little late, because both the defenders came, you know, came for
the ball.
Yeah, came to the ball. And what you do is as soon as you see both defenders, just give it up.
Yeah. Well, that will send Abigail to the line. She's been pretty healthy from the line tonight. The first shot is up, and they're going to call a lane violation. Is that what they call it? Because he
lane
blew that whistle
violation on Aberley, I believe.
There you go. So the shot didn't go, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. Struggling to get the inbounds. The last second, she's able to get it inbounds. A little struggle to get it across the half-court mark. She loses control of the ball. Able to pick it back up, but throws an interception. Samathe Billy going to bring it back. She's going to pull up. Nice little dish to Aberly. Aberly inside once again. Can't quite get the ball, but the second shot is up and good and one. She's going to go to the line.
I can't brag enough on this Holbrook defense, man. They're playing like defensive backs. When the ball's thrown from the backcourt, the people on the back line are already watching. They're getting tips and
steals. They think it's
steals.
coming for them.
It's great anticipation.
I love it. 56-25. Just over 5 minutes to go here in this ball game. And as we mentioned, right, as a coach, how do you approach it? Well, Holbrook so far is approaching it. We're playing our game. We're going to play it all the way through, and I love that.
Right.
I don't think there's any bad sportsmanship to that at all. I don't think Ganado wants you to change that up at all. That's what they came here to play tonight. and steel sharpens steel. It makes Ganado better tonight.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And there you go. Ganado is able to put some pressure on the back end. They're going to force a turnover, so Ganado will get the ball. They'll get to take it out from their own baseline.
See, Ganado's still playing. They're just playing, but they're just going up against a team that's just playing great team defense. She
does struggle to get it in. Finally gets it in right under the hoop. And quick shot there by number 32, Deschini, excuse me, and she gets it in. And Coach Perkins says, I've seen enough. Let's take a quick timeout as they bring the score 57-27. So Holbrook still with a comfortable lead here to go with 4:48 to go here in the game. I believe Holbrook still has 3 timeouts left and Ganado with 2 timeouts left. And both teams sitting at 8 fouls apiece.
8 fouls apiece. 2 before we're in the double bonus for both teams. And I'm sure we'll get there, you know, and I think that Ganado can actually close the score gap. You know, if say Holbrook gets there first, and we have been, you know, fouling a little bit more often than they have. Well, and it's evidence against the defense. If you're getting a lot of steals, deflections, and all this other stuff, that means you're playing harder defense too. So
it's going to come with it. And we've talked about that in previous games, how, you know, a foul is not the worst thing in the world. I mean, sometimes, you know, I talk about it. I make a lot of references back to football, but going back to the idea of a holding call.
Right.
I want my offensive line to get called for a holding every once in a while. It means you're trying.
Yeah, well, you're trying. You know, a guy will come out of the game and say, hey, I didn't have any fouls tonight. That's because you didn't play any defense.
Yeah, you were on the bench.
Yeah.
You have the same stat line as that guy. So Holbrook, here we go. Aberly's going to have it out around the perimeter. She'll pass it out. Gets it back inside to Aberly. She takes it up hard and going to be pushed again. So she's quickly walks right up to that free throw line. She knows exactly what she felt that push.
Yeah, she felt that push. What Aberly needs to do, when she gets that ball right there on the low block, just take a hard dribble and back up.
Yeah.
And then that'll clear you to in front of the basket. It's an easy layup. What she did was she got it, and then she tried to shoot it from there. She was actually shooting backwards over her shoulder at an angle. So once they learn these little key things, and they'll learn those things as they start to mature, these girls are going to be really good.
Yeah, again, Aberly, just a sophomore here at Holbrook High School. Excited to see her future. See her to play for the next 3 years.
Nice shot, too, on free throw.
She gets both those free throws, taking the score of 59-27. 32-point lead for Holbrook late in the fourth quarter. There's that turnover again as Samathe Billy's able to catch it. Brings it up. She's going to hold it back a little bit, slow things down a little bit. But Abigail, you're going to leave her that wide open. She's going to have to shoot it. I don't think she expected it to be so wide open.
She's way wide open.
That's sometimes a harder shot. You're like, wait, where's that?
I call that throwing a golf ball in the Grand Canyon wide open. You know, and you miss.
Yeah, you miss. I'd do that. I feel that.
She airballed it.
Woo! Double team pressure. Number 22 takes it up hard. She's going to get the bucket. Great job there. Freshman Elena Yazzie gets the steal and the bucket.
I think that's the third freshman we're seeing play from tonight with the Roadrunners. You know, that's pretty good. That's talking future stuff right there.
Right there, yeah. We're not just planning for this year. We're planning for the future.
Right.
I'm not sure if that was a pass or a missed a shot attempt, but it worked out for Ganado.
I think it was a missed shot attempt that turned into an assist.
I like it. How do you mark that on the books, right?
Yeah, assist.
Definitely an assist. Big shift change for both teams. Holbrook's going to bring in 4 new players. Ganado's going to bring in 2. It's just, the clock's still running too. Someone's going to have to.
Yeah.
Oh, we're into the
what they call the prime time right now.
That makes sense. So the clock will keep running until the end of the game. Now that we broke that 30-point mark. There's the free throw. Again, Ganado, feel bad for them tonight, but they have struggled mightily from the stripe tonight. Samathe Billy brings it across the center line, trying to set up a play. A little miscommunication there. She's looking for Yazzie, but throws it behind her as Yazzie was breaking for the basket. And I think Billy thought she was going to stay back there on the perimeter a little longer.
Yeah, the defender kind of got in her way a little bit too.
For sure. So now we're under 2 minutes to go. Clock still continues to run as we come to the end of this ball game here. Holbrook with a commanding lead, 61-29. Ganado's again struggling. They can't even get it inside. Oh, they find a rare crack in the defense, And a little high off the backboard, and Holbrook will get the rebound.
And this Holbrook defense is just relentless.
It really is.
They're relentless.
Even when that crack opened up, it sure closed awful fast.
Yes. They got that honey badger defense. It's just fighting.
All right, Holbrook's spending some time, killing some clock back here. Samatha's got a lane right along the baseline, but good defense there by Ganado is going to knock it just enough out of her hands to she can't quite get the pass off as she intended, but it will remain Holbrook's ball. So Samatha Billy will take it out from right on the baseline, right under the basket. Streaking right inside, coming up to the hoop was number 10, Rael Yazi.
She had a nice layup there. If she could have just controlled it. Yeah.
Now we're under a minute to go here in the ball game. Ganado comes back again, looking to try to close that. They're looking at a 32-point deficit right now. They'd like to close that gap a little bit. Good pass inside, and it's going to be a nice, easy turnaround for her off the glass. As you mentioned, going to close that gap to 30 points. Holbrook going to bring it back across with 30 seconds to go. Nice bounce pass inside to Gambos.
That was a play called by Coach Perkins, high post.
I love it.
I heard him yell, high post for the point.
And he called it. He called his shot, and it worked for him.
Well, what he wanted, if it foul me, I'll get an extra shot.
I'll take it, right?
I'll take it.
14 seconds here. Ganado looks like they're almost just trying to run the clock out themselves.
Whoa.
Little tackle right there at the end. You got to be careful. We're coming down to just 10 seconds left. A little aggressive. Nothing vindictive there, but just that aggressive level of basketball. You got some tired players out there, and that's going to send Ganado to the line to shoot 2 because it takes Holbrook to the double bonus on the penalty. Not exactly sure how she came down, but she's a little slow to get up.
Came down and hit her shoulder. Kind of looks like she hit her shoulder, or maybe her head.
Right on the side of her head. She's pointing at. So she's going to go sit down. Can you have somebody else shoot your free throws for you in that situation? Got to bring in number 32.
Yeah, she'll be the one shooting.
So that was Deschini for Ganado's going to come in for the injured player and shoot the free throws for her. And with just under 10 seconds to go here in this ball game, Holbrook again leading 63-31. Let's see what Deschini can do, right? You get the option to bring in the free throw shooter you want. They've struggled from the line tonight. So.
Well, she came in late in the game and got a bucket early, just a few minutes ago. So let's see what she can do here.
Gets the roll. It's able to fall for her. So she's going to get a free the first of the 2. Starting to hear some cheers from the Holbrook crowd. It's been a while. It's been a couple of years since we've really heard some loud cheers come from these stands. It's nice to hear. They're going to let this clock just run out, I think. It's getting pretty dicey out there.
They're getting many shots on bucket.
They just want this game to end, and that'll do it. Game ends 63 Holbrook to Ganado 32. Great team win there for Holbrook High School, or Lady Roadrunners. Coach Perkins can be proud tonight. He doesn't know, but he's got a good attaboy coming, a good tap on the back coming, right, from Coach Tyler.
Yes, I'm really impressed with that defense. That's a stingy defense.
They're going to be a fun team to watch all year. And to look ahead just a little bit, so that's tonight. That takes Holbrook to 3-0 on the season. Their next game, though, going to be a tough one as they head down to Prescott Valley to take on Bradshaw Mountain in just 2 days, so on the 9th of this month. That's a 10:30 a.m. start because it's part of they're not going to Round Valley, and they're not going to Prescott. It's the Round Valley tournament. So this weekend is the Round Valley tournament.
Right.
And so they've got some tough games coming up there with Bradshaw Mountain, Leading Edge Academy, and Safford are their listed games. And then depending on how they do on those games, it will calculate after that.
Well, it's going to tell them a lot about their season, especially, I've never heard of this school, Leading Edge Academy. That must be a pretty new school. But like Safford, Safford is a team that's always figuring in the Final Four,
for sure.
Every other year for high school basketball with the boys and the girls.
Yeah.
So that'll tell them a lot.
They're another one of those really aggressive teams.
Yeah.
They're going to play that full court pressure right against you.
They're going to be full court. And they're going to be athletic, and they're going to be long.
Yeah. Coming out of that, we will have the next home game before Christmas. The last home game before Christmas will be right here at Holbrook High School against Chinle on the 17th. So that'll be next week, the 17th, right before we leave for our winter break. And then they'll have some games during the winter break before we come back for the home stretch in the winter. as they kick up the music for
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Holbrook High School for tonight's contest against Ganado Hornets and your Holbrook Roadrunners. Please remember the two teams playing tonight are members of the Arizona Interscholastic Association, and they abide by the rules and regulations set forth by the association to maintain and improve the high standards of sportsmanship. We ask that you consider the time and effort that these two teams have put into preparing for tonight's game. We ask that you cheer for your team in the spirit of good sportsmanship. The officials for tonight's game are Randall Allen, Jonah Beach, and Gisher Wiesel. As a reminder, tonight's game is being broadcast live to the Holbrook High School Facebook page. Now please stand and move your hats for the singing of the national anthem. Tonight the national anthem will be sung by Kyla Wall, a student of the Holbrook High School.
Welcome back to Tony Munoz Gym here at Holbrook High School as we come to you live from Buttonholzer Court. We are going to bring you the starting lineups for tonight. So for the Ganado Hornets, we have number 3, Alfred Reed, number 5, Wyatt James, number 12, Keyshawn Brown, number 30, Grant Paddock, and number 20, Dorian Miles. Now for your Holbrook Roadrunners.
And now for your Holbrook Roadrunners,
Number 3, Noah Brown. Number 5, Strand Bain.
Number 12, Brandon Tapaha.
Number 12, Brandon Tapaha.
Number 32, Caden Tom.
Number 32, Caden Tom.
And number 34,
Nick Begay. We're excited to bring you some Holbrook High School Roadrunner basketball. My name is Kyle Gardner. I'm joined up here in the booth tonight with none other than the famous, or should we say infamous?
You could call me infamous, or
Infamous?
that's what my grandkids call me, Grouchy Grandpa.
Grouchy Grandpa, Don Tyler, former basketball coach here, Holbrook alumni. The list could go on and on of accolades that we could pour upon you, right?
I've done a little bit of everything here.
I love it. You, how many years did you coach here for?
Oh, I started in 1978. I think I was 22.
Wow.
I started with Pete Blake back, and that was
Before me.
way way back.
I love it. So he's going to be our knowledgeable basketball expert here tonight. I'm going to be the wild one that doesn't understand some of the stuff going on, like right here off the bat.
We are shooting with a technical foul. It's
Before the game started.
Something happened before the game started, and I'm not. Oh, I know what it may be. Somebody probably dunked in a warm-up.
Oh, that's against the rules,
You
huh?
can't do that.
Interesting.
They tell you this is not the schoolyard, you know, especially at a game. You know that's like taunting in
that
football.
That makes sense. So Noah Brown, before the game ever even starts, gets 2 points for the Roadrunners. Rarely do you see that. Before the first second of the clock ticks off, Holbrook up 2-0 over the Ganado Hornets. Holbrook looking to get this game started with their style of basketball. It's going to see a nice drive right there by Brandon Tapaha. He takes it right to the lane, gets an easy layup, and he draws a foul. So he'll go to the line of scrimmage. This is going to be a third shot from the line of scrimmage here in the first 20 seconds of the game.
Yeah, you know, it's a real quick start for Holbrook. That was a nice bucket for Tapaha. You know, the defense floated up, and all he had was baseline. And then they got there late and fouled him, so he gets the and one.
So Tapaha, he's going to get his and one shot, and he sinks it. So he gets the first 3 points of the game. Holbrook leading 5-0. Holbrook doing just like we saw the girls do, or I should say the boys doing just like we saw the girls do, full court pressure to start the game off and making it hard for Ganado to even inbound the ball. And Holbrook's going to put some good defense on, knock the ball out of his hands, but it will remain Ganado ball. They'll take it second time taking it out from the baseline. But got called. Did he step on the court?
I don't know exactly what happened there. He must have stepped inbounds because I didn't see anything that happened on the floor.
I didn't either, but we'll take it as Holbrook gets the ball deep in their own territory, right on their own baseline now. A little kick out action. Number 12, he's got an open three. He steps back about a foot behind Brandon Tapaha. This time he can't get it to fall, but Holbrook will get the rebound. Noah Brown, he transfer student from Winslow last year. Had a good year at the end of the year for us last year. He's going to be taking the point guard position. Kick out to number 5, Strand Bain. He's going to miss a three-point attempt, but once again, Holbrook strong on the boards, gets the rebounds. There we go, Noah Brown, as you mentioned early. He's a shooter. You know he's a shooter because he's the one the coach turned to before the game ever started to shoot from the line.
He's got hop when he comes off of that pick at the top of the key. I like that because if his defender doesn't stay on the floor, he's going to shoot it. If he stays on the floor, he's going to shoot it. But the defender goes up in the air. He's taking it to the rim. So he's reading that guy out as soon as he comes off the pick.
That's smart play. He's a junior, Noah Brown. And Holbrook again gets the turnover as Ganado stepped on the line on the inbound pass. Holbrook gets it right under the basket. Kick out right there. And that was going to be an easy bucket for Holbrook there. I'm not sure. Did you catch which player that was that scored that bucket?
That was Noah Brown again.
Noah Brown. So he's already up to 6 points on the game here within the first minute and a few seconds, minute and change. Ganado is going to take it in from their sideline right in front of their bench. Again, Holbrook with that full court pressure, though. They're able to get it across.
Good defense.
Great defense by Tapaha. He tries to kick it forward to number 34, Nick Begay, but an errant pass turns it over. And Holbrook there once again tries to bite, but there's Noah Brown for the steal. And he's got some speed as he comes back, pulls it up at the three-point line. Kicks it out, deep pass inside to number 34. Turnaround shot, Nick Begay, high off the glass. Gonna be no good for Holbrook. Rebound this time to Ganado as Ganado brings it back. Working hard to get it across the stripe. Great defense by Noah Brown. Bain on the defender at that point. Number 20 there for Ganado. Tries to drive the baseline. Miles has nowhere to go, comes back out, kicks it out. Going to be a missed shot there by Wyatt James of Ganado, but Ganado is able to hang on to it. And there's number 20 again, little post shot for Miles. Again, can't get it to fall. Holbrook leading 9-0 early here in the first quarter. Good pass inside, number 32. Easy shot right underneath, Caden Tom.
Caden Tom inside. Noah Brown is reading. He's reading the defender in the corner. The defender in the corner turned his back. So what Noah Brown did is he threw it to Bain, and Bain he found Caden Tom just coming right down the lane. Easy layup.
Easy layup. Going to actually force Ganado as Ganado drops 11-0 here early in the first quarter. Ganado's going to have to call an early timeout. Try to, I'd say regroup, but almost just group. They haven't quite got the start
No, they haven't got the start yet, but Hobart's coming out with that defense where you just come in and get inside the guy's jersey with him and play inside his jersey. And players don't like that, you know.
No way.
They don't like
Give me
that.
some
you know?
space.
Yeah, they don't like that. You know, they don't like being bothered.
Holbrook's coming in with a little momentum, though, coming in on a 4-game winning streak. They lost their first 2 games of the season, against a couple of really big schools, tough competition, and they've rebounded well, and they're coming in on a 4-game winning streak to tonight. Ganado going to bring it across the center stripe. Quick tip out. Number 12 looking right at the 3-point line for a second. I thought he might pull up. Decides to keep it and look for a better shot. There's the pass, number 5. He almost loses control of the dribble. Luckily, number 32 there, Ethan Harvey's there to save him from a missed dribble.
It looks like what Ganado is running is like we call it a 5 wide here in Holbrook, where everybody basically is a guard out there because you don't see a great distance and height. Beautiful bucket by Nick.
Nick Begay there.
Nick Begay just leaped right over the defender.
Great pass right in stride to let him just easily take that up in there. Woo, Noah Brown takes the pass. Wasn't intended for him, but you never would have known it. Can't convert on the return except for the ball's bouncing around on the ground. Caden Tom once again underneath. Ball bounces into his hand and he makes him pay as he gets an easy 2 and 1 shot opportunity.
Well, Holbrook had like 5 or 6 opportunities at that basket, you know, and don't fault Ganado. Ganado was playing good defense inside there, but they just couldn't ever get the ball was just being fumbled away from him every time they touched it. But I like the way Roadrunners hit the boards on that.
And Ganado in trouble here early. They've actually already got 3 fouls against Ganado here, team fouls that is, and trailing. Still have yet to get a bucket on tonight. Caden Tom from the free throw stripe, he adds 1. So Caden Tom now up to 5 points on the night here in the first half of the first quarter. Good pressure there by the Roadrunners, not letting Ganado have the easy advance of the ball. Ganado is able to get it across the center stripe in time. Number 3 takes it for a little floater. He can't get it to fall, bounces off the rim. Holbrook for the rebound as it's one of those loose balls rolling around on the ground, and scrappy number 5, Bain, pulls out with it.
We'll see if Holbrook gets the opportunity for another layup. All 18 points have been in the key on just simple layups where guys are just leaving their man and cutting to the basket.
That's a beautiful pass by Noah Brown as he's going away from the hoop, and just a little drop pass behind him as Bain comes streaking across the baseline for an easy layup. So Bain got the 2 points, but you got to give Brown a lot of credit for that assist on that one. So looks like Ganado's going to try to change a couple things up. They're going to bring a couple new players into the lineup, one of them being Nishan Begay, number 24 for Ganado. Number 12, Keyshawn Brown looking to inbound it. Has to go deep into his own backcourt to do it. And a dive there by number 5, Strain Bain for the Roadrunners. Is probably going to bring up the Roadrunners' first team foul of the night. So that would be the first team foul, also first foul for Strain Bain. Ganado's going to take it out from their own baseline. Again, there's Noah Brown right there on the defense. And an errant pass.
Looked like that wasn't a hit there.
Strand Bain knocks it away, can't quite catch up to it before it goes out of bounds, so it will remain Ganado ball. But again, we're seeing that similar story to what we saw in the girls' game.
I was just thinking that same thing, Kyle. As Holbrook came out tonight, and they're just saying, hey, we're just going to play scrappy defense, you know, and contest everything. You know, just make it hard for people to bring the ball off the floor. What you would think of a simple inbounds pass right there gets deflected by number 5 for Bain out of bounds.
That's right. And he didn't get the possession, didn't get the full steal. Ganado's hearing footsteps already. 4 minutes in the game, they're already hearing footsteps.
Well, everything's being contested.
A little slow bringing the ball up. He's looking for help, and he's got help coming back. But number 30 for Roadrunners, Tyler Tapaha. So we got a couple Tapahas out here tonight. Tyler Tapaha, he comes in off the bench to make his presence known.
The Roadrunners are playing like a bunch of free safeties. I mean, they're everything that's being thrown in the air, they're after.
I love it.
They're going after everything.
I love it. And sometimes you have to be careful, right? You know, free safety that goes after that, you can leave yourself exposed on the back end.
Well,
but
sometimes
they're getting to the ball, and it's working for them.
They're getting there, you know, and so, hey, I like this defense. Up-tempo.
Number 12 having a hard time inbounding. He's going to have to hurry. Brown, this is about 5 seconds. They gave him every second of that 5 seconds, but he is able to get it in. And 42, there you go. Yan Lau able to get the first bucket for the Ganado Hornets. almost over 6 minutes into the game before they get their first bucket, leading to 18-2 lead for the Roadrunners. Tapahog gets caught in the air. Looks like he's going to go for a pass, kind of got caught in the air. And good defense there by number, who was that? Number 3? Alfred Reed for Ganado. They're going to call it a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing towards Ganado.
Seems like he got caught. He went with a double pump, and then when you double pump, you give the guy time to get to the ball.
Great steal there by Brandon Tapaha. He's going to go ahead and shoot a 3. Can't quite get it,
defense.
but Noah Brown, what kind of vertical
Bucket
does that
pass.
kid have? He gets up, steals it. I mean, at its highest point of that pass. You're in trouble if Ganado. I mean, when you got a kid that can high point the pass and pull it out of the air, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. I mean, and he's in your face, too. Yeah.
So props to Brown there on that steal. He's a fun player to watch already.
He was like a 1.5 feet away, and he high pointed that like.
I mean, they don't have his height listed. I'm curious what his height is, but I'm also more curious what his vertical jump is. Tapaha there from the line is going to go ahead and add another one to his total for Brandon Tapaha, bringing his score. I believe, I'm trying to keep track. Excuse me if my numbers are wrong, but I believe he has 4 points on the night right so far. These are my unofficial stats, though. We'll call it that, the unofficial stats. His second free throw shot is up. It rounds the bucket, but falls in. Going to bring him up to an even 5. Once again, having a hard time inbounding. This time they are going to call him for 5 seconds. I'm pretty sure that other time the guy had about 7.
Well, yeah, and he was being generous the last time, too, and they didn't call it on him. But this time, you can't be so generous. Somebody's got to get open.
So Holbrook will get the possession right under their own basket. As they're going to struggle a little bit to get in, but wide open player right there, number 34, Nick Begay. Big man, you can't leave him open underneath like that. Woo, man, again, Holbrook is, like you said, free safety right there in front of every pass.
I like that out-of-bounds play Holbrook ran right there. I first saw that out-of-bounds play at a camp in Colorado with the kids about 5 or 6 years ago. And all you do is just send the guy, the very bottom guy close to the ball, comes all the way up. He gets an easy layup on the other side. So it was so pretty when I saw it, Kyle. I had to go to the coach after the game. I said, draw that up for me.
So that's going to send the Ganado Hornets to the line for the first time tonight. First foul is on Nick Begay, so that'll be a foul for the Roadrunners up to their 3rd team foul for tonight. And that, I believe, is his first foul. But number 3, Alfred Reed, gets his first free throw to fall for. The second one is up and no good this time. And a great rebound by Nick Begay.
Whoa, offense.
But threw some elbows there coming down with that ball. They're going to even have a talk with him a little bit.
He threw. Now, if he goes and he goes just spreads and just stays rigid and rotates, if you catch a guy, you just catch a guy. Yeah, but what he did was he cocked. Yeah, he cocked his elbow. That's an intentional foul.
He called that one an intentional foul.
That'd be a 2-shot foul, and it'll be ball out of bounds to Ganado.
I'll go ahead and talk to him about that, explain to him exactly. These are young players. They don't always understand. Heck, they saw LeBron James do it. Why shouldn't they, right? And
LeBron did it on a free throw, Like, I'm sorry, I don't buy LeBron's excuse on that one.
I'm with you. Right?
I looked at that, and I was like, no, looks like you did that on purpose.
Yeah, you have to know. These players are watching those players, too.
Well, you got to think about it this way. You're talking about some of the finest athletes on the planet.
In the planet, in the planet. Basketball, of all sports, is a worldwide game.
Right.
And, man, Ganado, ladies and boys tonight now struggling from the line as they missed both of those free throws on that, what we call a intentional foul from number 34, Nick Begay.
Well, I don't think it was intentional in terms of being, just overt and disruptive.
Sure.
But he was just trying to keep him away from the ball. But, as he goes to the sideline, one of the coaches down there will tell him, hey, just take and chin it and just rotate your upper body. And if you clip a guy, he just gets clipped because now you're not throwing an elbow.
That does happen. So the ball's going to be knocked away again by Holbrook. As Ganado, not a steal for Holbrook, but again a deflection for Holbrook.
It's that
just
defense.
Keeping him off any kind of rhythm. Ganado's not able to get any kind of rhythm right now. There it is again. He can't hold on to that dribble. It's going to bounce off of number 32. Did he call a foul or just a?
I think the ball is off number 32 for Ganado. coming across. The collision happened after he lost the ball off his leg.
So Holbrook now going to inbound it to Noah Brown. He's going to just use some speed to get it right across the half-court stripe.
Noah Brown looks like he's just in a whole different gear when
really
he's
does.
dribbling.
They'll spend some time with the ball out here on the perimeter. He's going to pull up a little jump shot. Looked a little Devin Booker like there for a second. Couldn't quite get it to fall. But again, he shows that defensive height. Made number 5 for Ganado have to really, really get up high. Had to rainbow that pass just to get it to his player up over Noah Brown. Tapaha brings it up. Tapaha's wide open at the center of the court, or center of the key. And can't quite get it to fall.
Caden Thomas had quite a few looks, and he just can't get those things to fall.
Sitting right there, right at the hoop. You just got to put a little more power behind it. Will be a turnover, so it will become. The ball is knocked out by Holbrook, so Ganado will take over possession underneath the Holbrook hoop. 22-3, Holbrook leading here with just under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. There's that pressure. They are able to get the pass over. Gets it across the center stripe. Fighting for every inch they can get. Kicks it back out. Nice little bounce pass inside. Going to jump it from about the free throw line shot.
Should stay here.
It will remain Ganado ball as it goes off of Holbrook. Keyshawn Brown to inbound it. Oh, excuse me, they're going to change it up underneath there. They're going to have Ethan Harvey inbound for Ganado. And they're going to bring in number 20, Dorian Miles, one of their starters, back into the game here. All right, see if they can get an inbound here. It's been one of the struggles of tonight. Pretty good pass, but Noah Brown almost is able to wrestle it away. Nice spin move for number 42.
I think that was good defense.
He got Nick Begay to leave his feet, but then Nick Begay was able to recover pretty well from that.
Oh, but they didn't call a foul.
They didn't.
So Holbrook got the ball.
Great
so
defense.
what they did, he admitted he made a bad call. Then they
That's
gave
what
it
he
to Holbrook.
admitted.
But I thought that was a great block.
So they said, never mind, take it back.
That's that intent call.
Yeah, that's right. He thought he wanted to, but he didn't quite do it. We are going to get a foul on the Holbrook side of the court. That's going to be the 5th team foul on Ganado. I believe that's on number 20, Dorian Miles, who just came off the bench, his first foul of the ball game. Going to send Brandon Tapaha to the line. Brandon Tapaha has had a solid night so far. He's sitting at 5 points, according to my unofficial stats, as he goes to the line with just over a minute to go here in the first quarter. First shot is up and good. We got a player for Holbrook, number 22. He's playing for Holbrook right now, and I don't have him listed. I want to know who he is. He must be a JV player that they called up for tonight, because he wasn't listed on the official roster.
He's not on the official roster. I don't have him.
Well, he's on the official roster that they have for the game, I'm sure, but not the one online.
No, not the online, because I got your online one here. Nice
number
bucket.
34, Nick Begay. Great spin move underneath. He's able to get a good bounce as he gets it to drop. Just under a minute to go. Holbrook leading 26-3. Ganado again, a little slow getting it across court. They're going to have to turn up the pressure a little bit. He is able to get it forward to number 30, Grant Paddock, and I think he's going to be fouled by our number 30, Tyler Tapaha.
Well, Ganado's having a real hard time. It seemed like getting anything started, you know. I don't know what they could really do. I think the defense for Holbrook is just way too much for them. So they're really having a hard time getting any type of set offense.
Got that inbounds, but he can't hang on to it. Luckily, they get the bounce rolls their way. Number 5, he goes up hard, but I'm not sure he knew where the basket was. Kind of just threw it in the general direction. And at the end of that play, it's going to end in a jump ball with the possession arrow pointing Holbrook's way. So Brandon Tapaha to inbound to Noah Brown. Ganado looking to put a little bit, they're trying to put a four-court press on, but Noah Brown's just too fast, is able to run past the defenders, but pass gets away from him underneath the basket, so Ganado will
stuck.
take over.
Don't guard him.
He picked up his dribble, and number 34 makes him pay. Yeah. Nick Begay the steal and the bucket.
The Ganado player picks the ball up right there. The first thing the defender wants to do is drop off him. Don't go guard him.
Yeah,
He's stuck.
He's stuck.
Go guard the closest guy next to him.
Dorian Miles knocks down a 3.
And one.
Ooh, knocks down a 3 for the Ganado. What I thought was going to be the last bucket of the quarter, but nope. Holbrook comes storming down the court with seconds to spare. Number 12, Brandon Topaha gets the bucket and one as the time has expired. He gets to shoot one shot with no time on the clock. So he's going to stand alone there at the free throw line. Nobody to bother him. Shot is up and good. I haven't necessarily kept track of it that well either, but I believe Brandon Topaha has been perfect from the line so far.
He has been perfect from the line. Well, he started the game with the first 7 points. You know, so yeah, he's had a great game. Seems like he's in a whole different speed and whole different gear than everybody else.
Yeah, Brandon Topaha, leading scorer right now for Holbrook at 10 points after 1. We got some other good scorers right now. Noah Brown with 6, Caden Tom with 5, Nick Begay with 4, and Strand Bain with 2. So pretty good distribution of those 31 points across the Roadrunners.
That's good balanced scoring. That's good balanced scoring.
On the other side of the ball, we got our guest. We got the Hornets from Ganado. Really having an uphill battle. Again, they're at 6 points, and 3 of those came on that Dorian Miles three-pointer right there at the end of the first quarter, which we thought was going to be the last shot.
Right.
And Holbrook was able to turn that three-point back into another three-point play.
It's
Steal right on the inbound, number 22.
They're contesting everything.
That's that 22 I don't have a name for. I apologize. I'm guessing he's a young player, though, getting brought up and earning his keep tonight. Bain finds a nice lane. Woo,
wow.
Dribbles around him for the easy layup.
Look at the hustle for the Roadrunners. Another steal off the inbound pass.
I'm just going to have to make my own number 22. Nick Begay under the basket takes it in for another easy 2. If you're Ganado, you might think about calling a timeout at some point here. I know you just came out of the quarter, but
you just came out of the quarter,
but
it's
you
almost
slow something down.
What else can we do?
Number 3, he found something to do. He drove it in there, found a way to get the ball to fall, and he draws a foul. So number 3, Alfred Reed, now 3 points on the night so far. He had 1 from the free throw line earlier, and he gets that bucket, and he gets to go back to the free throw line. 7:17 to go here in the first half of play. I mean, we're under a minute into this quarter, and Holbrook's already turned up 4 points.
Yeah, and you know, and at this pace here, we're looking at a game, and they make it to 70 points.
Wow. That's a rarity here at the Holbrook High School. I say that's a rarity, but we were just looking at this before, and actually 2 games ago against Alchese, Holbrook scored 81 on that game.
And that's a road game, too.
That's
in Alchese,
yeah. In Alchese.
Yeah.
Alfred Reed is able to connect on that 3-point play as he gets his free throw to fall. Strand Bain going to bring it back for the Roadrunners this time. Quick little dish there.
Wide
Beautiful
open layup.
dish. Brandon Topaha. I'm out of room to write points down for Topaha.
That's just pure transition basketball when you're getting layups, you know, and you don't even have to run an offense.
Once
You
again.
know, that's great.
Yeah. You don't have to get tired is what you're saying.
No, yeah.
And again, number 22, I wish I had his name. We'll have to maybe try to find it at halftime, but showing that contested right there on that inbounds, he was trying to high point that ball as well, and just making everything difficult for Ganado tonight.
Ganado just can't seem to do anything right now. I don't know if it's Holbrook's defense or their whole new defensive philosophy in Holbrook right now. But I tell you what, the Roadrunners are really having their way with Ganado right now. I like the way Noah Brown plays. If he learns to change speeds a little bit, because he's always going like Sonic's the Hedgehog, you know.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, if he learns how to change speed, he's going to get open a lot more, because then you can literally speed guys up and slow them down.
Slow them back down. Truly control the tempo. All right, here we go. Ganado on the inbounds right here at the center stripe, looking inbound. He's taking his time. He's having hard. He's got a man streaking to the goal. Great inbound play for him as he hits Reed. Reed, their leading scorer right now. Reed has 6 of the Ganado 11 points. Topaha in the corner thinking about it. He's left wide open. He's going to have time to set that shot up. And he gets it to bounce off the front rim, and he gets his own rebound. Going to kick it back out to our nameless 22.
That's just good hustle. Follow your rebound. Oh!
A little miscommunication there. Bain looking for Brown. Brown didn't know it was coming. Runs right under the pass and going to go out of bounds on Holbrook.
That was a great thought, you know, but nobody was looking, you know. But he saw something. And that's what you call it. He's a play ahead of guys.
Yeah.
So he saw it coming and he threw it.
Ganado almost loses it, but able to hang on to it. Able to get it across the center stripe, but under much distress. Number 3, good job for number 3, Reed. He is their MVP so far tonight. Has almost all of their points aside from Dorian Miles' three-pointer, and Jan Lau's got 2. But Alfred Reed is the guy Holbrook's going to want to key on tonight. He is their scorer. 32 for Holbrook. Can't quite get it to fall. Caden Tom looked like he had the shot, but can't get the bounce. All right, there's Reed. He's got the ball in his hand. He's their shooter. Long three-pointer. This time it doesn't fall. And it's going to be a Tapaha rebound and a timeout Holbrook. So there we go. Reed, he's the man I think Holbrook's got to, figure out. I mean, not that they haven't figured out most of this game. Don't misunderstand.
And he's just being streaky right now, too, man. And somebody else on that team needs to pick up his little hint here and help him out just a little bit, because I think what did he have, 11 of the 13 points?
Right now I have him down for 8 of the 13, but 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so he's got 8 of the 13. My math does add up to the total score. That's how I check myself. 8 of them. But again, Dorian Miles had that three-pointer there, and Jan Lau has a two-pointer in the game for them. All right, coming out of the timeout, 5:51 here to go. I believe on our broadcast you do have the score, but I believe you don't have the time. So I apologize. I'll try to get that time out to you more often. I know you can see the score, but not the clock. So 5:51 here to go in the first half coming out of that timeout. Inbounds right there to Noah Brown. Ganado's going to go ahead and try to drop back into defense. Kind of got them turned around. They were looking the wrong way, and Noah Brown takes it all the way in. Can't get it to fall, but 32, Caden Tom there to pick up the rebound and the putback.
Another one of those inside baskets. The Holbrook front line players are just taking advantage of those easy rebounds and easy putbacks.
It's number 22 for Holbrook. He tends to be that guy that comes up behind when you're not looking. He's almost got a few steals sneaking up behind a player.
He's just deceptively quick, I think.
There he is, showing that speed on the other end. Little hard bounce off the glass. Ooh, they got a major collision under the hoop, but they help each other up, and they're going to get back in the game. A little 4-on-4 until they can get back down here. It's still there, Caden Tom. Oh, he's going to get it out to number 22, who got stuck down there. His body got going a little faster than his feet. Couldn't quite get to it.
I think their feet got kind of tangled up, but I know his eyes got big. His saucers, man. He's like, that's an open layup if I can get there.
Yeah, he tried to take advantage. He got caught tangled up on the previous play. Tried to take advantage of it. All right, number 12, Keyshawn Brown, trying to find what's going to work for the Hornets, but good pressure there by Caden Tom. Not going to let them have anything easy. There's the drive by Reed. Going to go high off the glass. Going to miss. Going to be a rebound, though, to Ganado. Kick back to number 12. Wide open shot. Just enough pressure, I guess, coming in by Noah Brown later to throw it off. Going to be a miss. Noah Brown, he's driving fast. He's going to go all the way to the hoop. Up and
coast
in.
to coast.
It's almost like Ganado's just running back, trying to go to get set, but they forget to turn around because Noah Brown's faster than they are.
Well, and Noah's kind of built about like my size frame, and so we're so thin. Sometimes you probably can't hear us running.
You don't hear those footsteps.
You don't hear those footsteps. And it seemed like that was the case because when they looked down, he was laying it up.
We are going to have a foul there on Holbrook. Going to send number 5, Wyatt James, to the line for Ganado. Wyatt James looking to get on the board for the first time tonight. He's able to knock down his first of 2 free throws. That foul, though, was on number 3, Noah Brown. That's going to put him into 2 fouls on the night for Noah Brown. Not quite into what we'd call foul trouble yet.
No, and I think he's the kind of player that could probably play with 2, 3 fouls, and Coach Johnson wouldn't even start to worry about
That's how to play that. Wyatt James does miss that second of 2. Going to be a rebound to Holbrook. Noah Brown bringing it up. Once again, finds a lane. He's going to take it all the way in.
He just did what I did right there, Kyle. See, he slowed down. He caught the defender to slow down, and he blew right by him.
Right? Use that quickness.
Use that speed.
But quickness.
Yep, speed. Slow him down, speed him up.
That's got, I tend to make a lot of football references, but that's that Kyler Murray in
That's
here,
that Kyler Murray thing, and another basketball player that did that was Allen Iverson.
Oh, for sure,
And Allen Iverson was the first-team All-American quarterback in high school. And see, people don't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Phillies to play baseball. So
3-sport athlete.
Yeah, he's a 3-sport athlete, but he could speed guys up and just slow them down.
Great assist there, Noah Brown inside to number 23, Kodiak Daw. coming off the bench for the Roadrunners. That reminds me of Boris Dia. Remember Boris Dia for the Suns back in the day? We got a Dia here, or a Da, I guess. But. All right, there's number 5 for the Hornets. He puts a little too much on it. Good rebound there by Kodiak Da. Kicks it back to their point guard. Noah Brown tries to kick it back to Da, but Da's a little too fast. Can't get his feet, can't catch the ball and put it down
I didn't think he expected that to come back that quick.
He's like, I just gave the ball to you.
Yeah.
He will get called for the travel. Ganado brings it back across the stripe. He's dancing with that stripe, though. He's going to be careful about going back over it. He has to kick it out of that pressure. Just, part of these Ganado players like, no, I don't want the ball.
Yeah.
This guy's got to get off me. Every time I touch it, 3 guys run on me.
This is what you really call up-tempo defense. They're speeding the offense up.
Falling down, tries to throw it away, but just throws it right there to our man, Noah Brown, and he just slowed it down.
Yeah,
nice
just
slow.
Nice and easy.
Take my time, lay it up. 47-14 with 2:56 to go here in the second quarter. And the ball is going to be out on both players, a Holbrook player's out of bounds and a Ganado player's out of bounds. I'm not sure who they called it out on.
I think we got a timeout here, and I think the timeout is Ganado because I thought the ball was out on a Ganado player.
Gotcha. So we're going to have a timeout. Looks
No.
like.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
There we
Ganado timeout.
Ganado timeout.
Full timeout.
So they have 2 timeouts left in the half. Holbrook has 4 timeouts left in the half. Holbrook is in the bonus right now. They have 7 fouls against them as a team. And then would you call, technically they're not in the bonus, right, as far as.
No,
But one more foul puts them in?
one more would put them in, So
they're right on the edge. Still can't foul anybody at this point. So pretty evenly played as far as, the fouls going right now. The big difference, again, same we saw with the girls and the boys game, is Ganado's just not getting a lot of shots on goal.
They're not getting a lot of opportunities, and that defense, they're taking away those opportunities, and if you look at the score, I think the coach called the timeout because, I thought this would be a 70-point game, and the way it's looking right now, it might be higher than a 70-point game.
The only thing that would keep it from being that is turning this thing into a running clock.
Yeah, and that would be it. Yeah.
Prevent that.
And, if we look at the score right now, if we were in the third quarter, we'd already be in running clock territory.
And that would just make it just one step harder for them to get to that higher score. But a little substitution there. Oh, they're debating substituting right here for Ganado. Got number 20, Dorian Miles, their 3-point shooter from earlier tonight. He's wanting to get in the game, but they're going to make him wait till the next stop in play. Easy pass into number 12, Brandon Tapaha. Number 32 for the Hornets comes over the top. Ethan Harvey is going to draw the foul, or he's going to create the foul. And going to send Tapaha to the line.
So, Brandon learns just a little bit more. Instead of shooting that from the right-hand side of the basket, you go up
around.
And you go underneath the basket. Now you use the net and the rim to block the defender.
Yeah.
And so now he can't even affect your shot.
And then you make the highlight reel, too.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
make
pretty
the
shot.
That's a pretty shot.
And he does make the first of his 2 free throw shot attempts. Second one is up and gets a nice roll, hits the front of the rim, but is able to roll in. And again, Brandon Tapaha, our leading scorer tonight for the Roadrunners, having a solid night. And solid night defensively, too, as he puts a little pressure on. Can't quite get to it, but down the line right there, number 5, Stan Bain comes jumping in to try to steal the ball. They are going to call a foul, though. I believe it's against Holbrook. They're going to call that the 4th foul on number 5. So Stan Bain there, he is a starter for Holbrook, and they're calling that his 4th foul on the night. So he'll probably be sitting down here right
No, this is a number 5 for Ganado.
Oh, wrong way. Good call.
Yeah.
I thought I missed a bunch of them.
And he's got 4, and we're not even at the half.
So watch out. That's Wyatt James. He is a starter for Ganado as well with already 4 fouls. So Holbrook doing what we saw there again. We've seen a lot of similarities to the girls' game.
Yeah.
They've just pulled their potential rebounders and left him in the backcourt ready for him to make both shots, and he does.
Yeah, they don't want to contest. They're going to try to pick it off from here, and they're just easing up. 2 minutes ago, get that little pre-halftime break, just through your play, just a cool down.
Oh, there's 23. Great steal as he jumps up there. Caden Tom is able to keep it in bounds, but Ganado's there to meet the ball before Holbrook is. A little dish here to the near side of the court, and he's going to call that a double dribble on number 20. That's Dorian Miles of the Hornets. So we're now just 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go here before halftime here at Buttonholzer Court at Holbrook High School. Brandon Tapaha gets the ball, keep it around the perimeter. Oh, Brandon Tapaha.
It's another bucket. An assist from
That's
Noah
one of those
Brown.
nice plays where he was the guy that started that assist.
Yes.
He just dropped it off and then ran underneath and was able to get his own ball back. Getting a little too fancy, Ganado there with the ball, almost loses it. Caden Tom just patiently waiting in front of him. Tapaha takes over on defense. Kick out, he just pulls it up. I'm just gonna take this shot. I don't know if it's a clear shot or not, but 30, great. Grant Paddock goes and gives it a try, can't get it to fall. Rebound to Holbrook. Minute 30 to go here in the first half as Noah Brown leads the offense down on this side of the court. Dish out to Caden Tom. Caden Tom apparently not a three-point shooter. They leave him open out there on the perimeter. Now Bain gonna try to find something
Go down,
happening.
screen.
There goes Tapaha right underneath, wide open. He literally kind of just wandered under there.
Well,
Nobody
they're
watched
running
him.
the offense is called 1-4 low, and they're just running. And then it's just like, hey, I'm going to pass it here. I'm going to go down and screen. This guy's going to come high, and this guy's going to pop
meander
here,
down.
and he's going to get a layup.
To perfection, working to perfection tonight. So now under a minute to go here in the first half. Long shot for number 30, Grant Paddock gets the three. He didn't call glass, but
No,
we'll
he
count it.
didn't call bank, but he's lucky it got there.
Woo, great pass inside right there to Caden Tom as he quickly answers back. Gets another two for the Holbrook Roadrunners. Just approaching 30 seconds to go here in the half. The Hornets bringing it back and across the center stripe. They try to set up what maybe they might try to go for the last play. We'll see.
Well, they should try to go for the last bucket because if they don't, I think Holbrook is going to score 60 points in the first half on it.
And he pulls up a little early. Going to be an air ball, lands in the hands of Brandon Tapaha, leaving Holbrook plenty of time if they want to go ahead and try to get the last bucket. Tapaha right at the top of the key. 8 seconds. I'm not sure he's aware of the clock. The crowd needs to start counting. Well, he's going to drive himself in. Oh, but they're going to call a push there. What do you call that?
What do we have, a push?
On number 7, or was that 17?
7.
15? 15.
15.
Number
let's see.
15, Kobe
Yeah,
Begay.
15.
Going to send Tapaha to the line. So they might, not be able to quite get to that 60-point mark.
They're in a neighborhood.
Knocking on the door for sure.
I guarantee you as a coach that's not a comfortable neighborhood to be in right now.
You don't want to be in that neighborhood
no,
after dark?
Not even at midday.
Not even at high noon, huh?
No.
There we go.
57-17, like.
Brandon Tapaha knocks down the first of his two.
They're up by 41 on you.
So that will be a running clock when we start the second half, correct?
Yes.
I understand that. Woo, sometimes the bounces just roll for you. Brandon Tapaha let that hit every side of the rim before it did decide to fall, but it decided to fall in, and that's all that matters. Last second, tries to throw something up, but a little too late, and that will take us to the end of the first half. Holbrook leading 59 to the Ganado Hornets 17.
They're playing great.
Great defense. We're going to pause right now, give ourselves a little break, give you a little break, go to the bathroom, get a snack, because we can't have a snack right now. I guess we could head over to the concession stands, but you at home, you can head to the refrigerator for just a second. But before you do, we'd ask one favor, hit that like and subscribe button at the bottom of this video. It actually, as soon as we can hit 1,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, it actually opens up some opportunities for the channel to do a few more things. So if you wouldn't mind, whether you're watching just this game or plan to watch a bunch more, hit that subscribe button for us and then come back here in about 10 minutes and we'll bring you the end of this game here at Holbrook High School.
So for halftime, we're going to be entertained by our Holbrook High School Spirit Line.
we've still got number 22 on the court, which I forgot to go get his name during halftime. But there's number 30, Tyler Tapaha. He gets his first bucket of the night. Again, non-starter right there, Tyler Tapaha.
I know that Coach Johnson really likes that. If you can bring non-starters in, and then in their first trip down, they get a bucket, and they get a steal.
And there's number 22 right there. He gets a nice, easy steal. And they're going to go a little bit, slow that game down. These young players, let them establish a play. Kick that out there right there to number 15, Ramos. Oh, number 30 right there, Tyler Tapaha. Got the bucket last time.
He got the bucket last time, and what he should have done, he tried to hang on to the ball. Just let it drop and dribble, and then dribble.
And then you can move your feet
and
after.
then you can move your feet.
It's a harder thing than people think, the dribbling, right? Especially when everything else is going on. Ramos there gets the steal, though. And he's going to pass it off to number 5, Strand Bain. He's one of the only starters, actually, I see that is remained on the court there.
Yeah, he's the only one that's out there.
So and Strand Bain, he's a junior, and give him a chance to lead this offense a little bit, looks like. Going to put him in that point guard position. 23, nice streaking layup right there, Kodiak Da. Great pass there by, I believe that was Izzy Ramos that dumped that pass to him.
Yeah, it was on Ramos. That was a nice bucket feed.
Good play there. Number 12, Keyshawn Brown's going to get a bucket. Well defended, though. 3 Holbrook Roadrunners right there, but they got to get their hands up next time. They were there. They just get their hands up, make it a little bit harder for them.
Well, this is that second unit, you know. Give them a little while. They'll get some confidence, and they'll start acting like big dogs.
There you go.
You know.
Hey, they were in the right position.
Yeah, they were.
Good movement of the ball for the Roadrunners right here, trying to get something open up. Got all 5 players on the perimeter right now, though.
5 wide is what they're running. So it's just pass and cut.
This is a common play we would see from the Roadrunners last year.
Whoa!
And this time it gets caught on them, and they get caught with the travel as they get that movement going. I love that.
Yeah.
It's one of the favorite things about basketball, that idea of movement.
Well, one thing that does, and that's that automatic weave, it almost lulls the defense into sleep. But sometimes the offense goes to sleep, too, just like in that situation right there.
It's almost like a dance, right?
It is. Yeah, it becomes hypnotic.
Yeah. Play some music over at the same time, right? All right, kick it out here to Strand Bain. He's going to pull up and try to get something that same movement going, it looks like. But they got a couple players down under the post now. There he is, streaking into the inside, 22. Passes off to Izzy Ramos. Underneath, gets the 2 points. His first 2 points of the game.
3 layups.
65-19, Holbrook leading. As Ganado steps across the stripe. Going to pull up right about the free throw line. Going to be short, going to be tipped away, and then finally rebounded by Strand Bain. He's going to have an open lane. Is he going to go all the way? He's looking at it, kick out there to Izzy Ramos. Wide open there on the baseline. Can't get it to fall. Hey, good catch there. Number 23, Kodiak Da, gets his glasses knocked off, but catches him midair. I'm impressed.
Yeah, what Bain should have done is when he left his defender back here, he should have just sped up.
Gone.
Just speed up because the defense is shorthanded now.
Yeah. Kodiak Da going to step to the line for the Roadrunners. He has 4 points on the night so far. His first free throw is going to be a little hard off the back of the rim. Going to bounce back. Holbrook pulls all their defenders. They're going to be backcourt waiting for Ganado to bring it back. Kodiak Da looking for his second free throw. Oh, excuse me, not Kodiak. Yeah, Kodiak Da.
Yeah.
He does get his second one to fall. So we're now under 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Holbrook leading 66-19. Again, we are in that running clock situation now because of the point differential being greater than 30 in the second half. Keyshawn Brown trying to make some magic happen with his legs, able to get a good shot off, but it can't quite get the bounce as it's going to come off the rim, and it's going to fall into the Roadrunners' hands, it looks like, but they're going to call a foul on the Roadrunners as well. That's going to be the second foul on number 5, Strand Bain. I tried to give him 4 earlier. It's only a second. Oh, double dribble. Number 3, Alfred Reed. So Alfred Reed, he had that little hot streak late in the first quarter.
Yeah.
But they've been able to kind of minimize him since then.
Well, I think that's defense of the Roadrunners has really got them kind of bamboozled a little bit. And then, you know, they start second half, they start a second group, and the second group's not missing any beats.
That's a good place to be. Can't quite hang on to that pass. It's going to get away from him. Number 30, Tyler Tapaha, trying to do too much a little bit late. You know, he lost that pass and tried to do too much. He's going to get called for the foul. And that's his third of the night.
That's what we usually call that too, Kyle. We call that trying to do too much, you know, and then call that making the double sin. Well, you gave up the turnover, and then you give up the foul too. That's a double sin.
Two wrongs don't make a right, is what you're saying. There we go. Reed, he was a hot streak earlier. He's going to put too much on it this time. Going to be a good rebound there by Tyler Tapaha. Oh, kicked out to Bain. Can't hang on to it. Just started looking down court before he actually had it in his hands. You got to catch
Ramos
it first.
streaking on the far sideline, and he was going to try to get it up to him.
He was ready to go. Good inbounds right over the head of number 22 for the Roadrunners. But, hey, he comes up behind like we talked about. He's sneaky like that. He comes behind. You thought you made it past him, and he comes behind and just takes it away.
Well, he got 2 steals in the first half that same way.
Putting the pressure on him, but he's able to have good ball control. Kicks it off to number 30 underneath. Good, strong take to the basket. Tyler Tapaha. He's going to get his second bucket of the night.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but all the Roadrunners have gotten in the book tonight score-wise.
I don't see Kyle Smith or Quentin Thomas, but I'm not sure they're dressed tonight. So depending on who's actually in the book, it's good for sure. Everybody who's played so far, I should say that. I don't think the other two have actually even played tonight yet.
Yeah, okay.
So we leave this number 22. He's going to bring it up court. He takes the drive to the basket, kick it back out to Bain. Bain, quick handoff to Daw. Daw drives in, and he's going to kick it back out. Get it into the hand of Izzy Ramos. He quickly dishes it out. Seeing some good penetration. Oh, he had a great shot there to Izzy Ramos. He had an open lane, but couldn't quite catch the bounce pass.
Yeah, that was a good thought. You know, air pass that one. And, you know, bounce pass is a little too late. It'll get behind him. Floor slows it down. Air pass it, easy layup.
He had the lane for sure. On the other side, Brown's going to have the ball. Try to put a move on Izzy Ramos. Great defense by Ramos. Oh, finally makes him leave his feet. So good move there by Keyshawn Brown. And he's going to get a 2-point bucket on his side.
I think Izzy just became a highlight reel right there.
That's right. Posterized almost.
Yeah, posterized.
Good defense there. Number 3, Reed. He gets the takeaway against the Roadrunners, but getting the pressure back on the under the court. Oh, number 34, big man right there, Corbin Nelson. He took it hard to the basket. Yeah, a couple more inches. I thought he might try to dunk it.
I thought he was going to get up there.
Strand Bain gonna take it across the stripe for the Roadrunners. Here comes this 22. He's been a fun kid to watch. Had a lot of minutes tonight, this number 22.
Holbrook is showing a lot of promise for the future with these young guards.
Love that. Kodiak Daw had an open 3, decided not to take it, drives the lane, pays off for him as he dishes it out, gets the assist to Tyler Tapaha for a 2-pointer underneath the basket. There's number 5, Wyatt James. Wyatt James, he showed a lot of potential tonight. He's not showing up quite as much as he'd like to on the stat line, but he looks like a good player, good athletic player, got some great potential there.
Got a lot of confidence.
Ooh, a lot of action underneath the basket for the Roadrunners. They're able to come up with it. Kodiak Daw, once again, you kind of want to just go ahead and take that shot.
Well, they're showing that they're unselfish.
Yeah.
You know, and coaches do like that.
They do like that.
I like that when they're unselfish, but sometimes you'll say, hey, go ahead.
You're allowed to take that shot. When you're open, you can go ahead and take it.
Because you don't like those short passes sometimes in the key, you know.
It can get messy under there for
They
sure.
can.
So you're going to pass it to Izzy Ramos, who draws the foul, and he's going to make his first of 2 free throws. And Izzy Ramos, again, Holbrook pulling off all their defenders, going to leave him in the backcourt, ready for Ganado to bring it back to their side. Izzy Ramos steps to the line for his second free throw attempt. It's up and good.
Nice shot.
Those feel good. That one, you can see he put the mental process behind that shot the whole way through.
Make this count.
You know, sometimes, you're up 72 points, 72 to 25. You think you get lazy in situations like that.
Yeah, and you will. And sometimes you got to shoot every free throw like you're behind.
Yeah. Get that training, because inevitably there's going to be a time when you are behind, and that free throw is going to matter a whole lot. You don't want to miss that one. Going to send Alzane Key to the line for Ganado. And number 30, Tyler Tapaha, draws his 4th foul of the night. So he's in potential foul trouble. We'll see if they substitute him out. They are going to bring in number 50, Rance So. He's a big kid for Ganado. Excited to see what he can do on the court. You know, to Ganado's credit, ooh, high bounce, and he able to get it to
straight
fall.
through, too.
Yeah. Ganado playing with masks tonight. You know, that's a hard thing to do. They've been wearing their masks all night.
Yeah, they have. That would be hard to do.
You know, they had to do that all last season, and you had to give credit to, you know, the league-wide they were playing with masks on. I just can't imagine the not just the physical aspect, the mental aspect.
Yeah, just
to do
the
that
mental
whole
part,
time.
yeah.
Nice drive by 22.
Oh.
Can't quite get it to fall, but 23 comes in and late and knocks it away. Izzy Ramos gets it, kicks it back out.
Double dribble.
Kodiak Daw, but Daw's going to get called for a double dribble. Turn it over to Ganado. 36 seconds left, but they did stop the clock. Interested about that.
They did.
Here we go, though. Maybe they want to give those second stringers a little more time to touch the play. For both teams. Here we go, number 50. It's a big kid, Rance So. I'm excited to see what he can do. They get it out. He's going to get it in the lane. Can't quite hang on to the dribble. Is able to pick it back up. Drops it in there. Here's So. Let's see him drive. I want to see it. Oh, he kicks it back out. Going to be a steal there by Bain. He brings it out and smartly just pulls it out, slows it down. Don't need to try to do too much. Slow this clock down, but we do have 4 seconds. Got to be aware of that shot, that clock.
4 seconds. They're
2
just going
seconds.
to let it
1
die.
second.
They're letting it die.
That's the end of the quarter. So at the end of 3, Holbrook leading 72 to Ganado 26. And we'll start our 4th quarter of play here after a quick break.
Well, it looks like Holbrook didn't dress 2 of their players, so pretty much I think everybody scored in this ball game.
I was just counting up a little bit of it here at the end of 3, and Brandon Tapaha, I think, has 16. Again, I could have missed some along the way, but he's sitting at 16 points. Noah Brown sitting at 10 points. Bain, 8 points. Izzy Ramos, who's only played here in the last quarter, he's already got 4 points. Kodiak Daw, 5 points. Tyler Tapaha has 6. Caden Tom has 9, and Nick Begay has 6.
Hey, that's a mark of a good team.
That's a great spread across there.
That's a mark of a good team, and you know everybody, and then there's no selfishness in that. You know,
like I said, Kyle Smith and Quentin Thomas are the only ones on my list, and they're not dressed tonight. So literally every player is not even just 1 point. You know, they're
And then think about this. There's another amazing stat that I probably haven't mentioned, but every player on that list has at least 1 assist.
Oh yeah. Great selflessness.
Selflessness.
And we love that in any team sport. Any team sport requires selflessness. As much as we love to brag about a star player, there's no such thing as a star player without a team. Every time, bar none. Here we go, 7:40 to go. Here remaining in the game. Holbrook spending a little bit of time.
They're only working for a layup right now. It's no jump shots.
He drives lane, kicks it in, number 22. He comes driving the baseline. Can't quite get it to fall, but he's in good position. And Izzy Ramos somehow is able to scrap out of there and pull out the rebound off the ground, and he's going to draw a foul in the process. I'm not sure if both teams have just really played a lot lighter in the second half or if the refs are just letting them play, but we're into the 4th quarter, and team fouls. Both teams only have 3 team fouls.
I think they're just kind of letting them play since it's a running clock, you know. Nothing too serious. It's not real close.
Not too aggressive either on either side, probably. 22, there he goes again. Good position. If he can just get a little bit more air under those driving the baseline layups he's got going. He's had a couple great opportunities there. Just a couple tweaks, I think he's going to be able to figure that out. Ramos going to kick it back outside, and they drop it back into Ramos. He's going to try to drive the baseline up to the other side. There you go.
Oh, and he got it.
Goes
reverse.
Around the hoop. Love it. Izzy Ramos going to get his second bucket.
That's that reverse layup I was talking about.
Exactly,
he just reversed it.
I love it. And it's so fun to watch. Ooh, there's a
nice
pretty
bucket.
play there, you know, for number 42,
Lau.
which is Yuan Lau. I believe that's his 4th point of the game. So Holbrook once again going to bring it back and slow that pace just a little bit. And drive the lane, kick it back out. Oh, Not sure he saw number 50 coming up under the inside, trying to get it to 22. And number 50, Ranceau, there to pick it off. Ethan Billy in the game. I think that's the first time I've seen Ethan Billy in the game for Ganado.
Number 40.
Both teams getting some fresh legs in there.
And he's a big kid.
He is a big kid. Get underneath. Let's see what he can do. Oh, that's a great defense. Good block right there by number 23, Kodiak Da, for the Roadrunners. It will go out on him, but it was a good block. A lot of changing up here for the Ganado. I see number 4, Cole Pino, coming in for the first time for the Ganado Hornets as well. We also got Kobe Begay out there. And yeah, I'm not sure we have any starters out there besides number 5, Strand Bay, for the Roadrunners.
That's the only one that's out there. And
Either
you know,
team.
and that's Coach Johnson's point guard, and that I see why he keeps him out there, because he's the floor general, and you want the floor general always to kind of be in the action all the time.
That makes
sense.
sense.
You know, it's like the Navy SEAL guy out there.
Number 15, he knocks down the first one, and he knocks down the second one. So Kobe Begay, coming off the bench, he's able to get 2 points from the free throw line. Roadrunner's gonna bring it back in the hands of number 22. Kicks it out to Bain. Bain back over to Da. Da, almost turns it over, but is able to get it out in the hands of Tyler Tapaha. Got the 2 Tapahas on the team. I bet Brandon Tapaha's done for the night, but Tyler Tapaha gets to play a little bit. Good block by the Ganado Hornets. And they're going to get a chance to make something happen here on this end of the court. He gets off his feet, but he finds an outlet, dishes it out. Number 15 from the 3-point line just misses, just a little short. Little scrum on the ground. Kodiak Da gets in there, but it's going to be a jump ball. And the clock is pointing towards the Roadrunners. Just under 4 minutes to go. The clock is now running still. 4 minutes to go. 74-30. Holbrook lead. Number 22 for the Roadrunners, going to bring it across the stripe. Kicks it back out to Bain. Bain looking to get inside. Gets tipped away, but good job for Da to pick it up off the ground. He throws it across the court to number 22. 22 back out to Izzy Ramos. Izzy Ramos, one of those star football players from earlier this year.
Oh, yes. He's a great football player.
There you go, number 30, Tyler Tapaha goes hard to the hoop, and he draws a hard foul. So it goes down kind of hard, but he's going to earn himself a trip to the stripe. He'll be shooting 2 with just 3 minutes to go, and the clock continuing to run.
Well, it's been a good game for the Roadrunners, especially for the second group. You know, to get a lot of playing time, basically almost the entire second half.
For sure.
So that's just going to lead to overall strength and knowledge and ability going forward for the Roadrunners into their own season.
I love it. You mentioned you might get to an 80-point game. You mentioned earlier, and again, I think the only thing that might keep them from getting there is that a running clock.
That running clock.
They're gonna be knocking on the door either way, as they just hit 76 points as Da knocks down both free throws. Excuse me, that wasn't Da. That was Tyler Tapaha that knocked down those both free throws. Just 2:20 to go here in the ball game. Number 4, Cole Pino, kind of drives in the lane. Once again, he picks up his dribble and gets stuck. And Holbrook just grabs onto the ball, going to bring up a jump ball, but the clock points towards Ganado this time. And pass into Key. Key kicks it out to Lau. Lau makes a move, drives in, and definitely going to draw that charge.
Yeah, he drew the charge on that one.
Yeah, that was a clear. We can see that from a long way. Great job by 22 standing his ground, because he lowered his shoulder into that one.
And he's a big kid, too.
He's a big kid. Yeah, I might have flinched.
Yeah. I think I'd have stepped out of the way.
Yeah. There's the inbounds pass, number 22. He's pulling a little bit of that point guard duty tonight.
Yeah.
He's going to kick it into Bain. Bain's going to be sitting right underneath. A quick kick out. Daw sitting at the 3-point line thinking about it. Drops it into number 30. Great look for 30. Can't get it to fall for Tyler Tapaha.
I know Coach Johnson, he'll let you score, but it's only layups.
It's only layups.
There's no jump shots.
We're not pulling that stuff right now.
No jump shots.
I like it. Number 22 going to take it out from the baseline. Looking to inbound it. Got a little bit of pressure. Quickly finds Izzy Ramos. Oh, Izzy Ramos pulls up from the free throw line. Can't get it to fall off the rim.
Oh.
No, tries to pass it out there. Strand Bain going to get called for the foul on that one as he gets a little too aggressive on that steal and hits the guy instead of the ball. No, they didn't call it on.
What?
I'm curious.
Confused.
Yeah, I'm really confused.
Then what would they call?
I have no clue.
Other than the travel.
I missed it. Ooh, left that baseline open, and Kodiak Daw made him pay as he takes the ball right to the rim. Ganado brings it across the fold here. He's got number 15, Kobe Begay, trying to make something happen. Loses the ball, but is able to pick it back up. Under 30 seconds to go here in the ball game. Drops it into their big man, number 40, who quickly kicks it back out to Wyatt James. The clock is ticking for Ganado, and number 15, Begay, loses the ball, but they're going to go ahead and call some kind of foul. Sometimes as officials, I think this is just a generous, let them keep it.
Yeah, and then, they let the clock. They stop the clock.
They let the clock go. So they will stop the clock, let Ganado have it. Hopefully one last shot at it as Holbrook does lead 78-30 with 20 seconds to go here in the ball game. Great game for the Roadrunners tonight. Coming in on that 4-game win streak. I think it's safe to say they're going to take it into a 5-game win streak as they go into the Round Valley tournament this weekend. 7 seconds left, ball's on the ground. They're actually going to call it travel. I thought they would have called a jump ball on that one, but they're going to call it a travel. Looking for here we go, yeah. So I lied. The next thing for Holbrook is not a tournament yet, the Round Valley tournament. They have an away game at Ganado. No, I lied. It's a home. We're at that one right now. Yeah. The next game is at home, 12-17, which is the Holbrook High School Chin Lee game. So back here, just like the girls, back here for Chin Lee on the 17th of this month. We'll be bringing you that game live here on the Roadrunner Broadcasting. Once again, big shout out to Mr. Burks at Holbrook High School and his team, his amazing team of people here that are all student ran. It's an amazing job they do here. They don't just do sporting events, they do concerts, they do assemblies, they do National Honor Society presentations. I tell you, this is the hardest working group here at the high school. Whoa. And they run these wires. They get to take all this stuff down tonight. We're going to be gone and home and eating dinner, and they're still going to be here working. So huge shout out to this student-led team under the direction of Mike Burks. If you like what you're seeing, let the administration know that you appreciate the resources and the time that's been put into this. Once again, my name is Kyle Gardner. I've been joined up here in the booth by Don Tyler. Any last words, Don?
Hey, we will be back. I'm looking forward to a great season from both of these varsity squads. The girls really super impressed me, and I had a look at the boys last night, and what I saw tonight really, really impressed me.
It's going to be a fun season. Hit that subscribe because you're not going to want to go anywhere. And we'll tune out with that.